And here we are. We are live. Welcome to Meet Me at the Painting Table. Today we are joined by Canje from Canje Studios. Canje, great to have you here.
Hello. How are you doing? I'm ready to paint some minis with Baron.
Oh, that's awesome. I love the fact that your mini is going to be, you're going to be talking through the mini. I strongly support that. That's going to be amazing. I can hardly wait.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Oh,
We're
so
here to paint some minis with Baron. And Baron, thank you so much for having me on today.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see that rat and we're all said and done here. It'll be fantastic. Hopefully we can get the rest of this up and running well. Let's see here. Make sure we got this all working. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. We'll see if it works. Hopefully everybody can hear us okay. I normally don't do it in this fashion, so hopefully we have this all running perfectly. So if there is anything you're seeing or not seeing or hearing or not hearing, please let me know so I can at least adjust it. Canje, you're painting Oathsworn. That is the boodmother.
I am. I'm painting the boodmother today only because Oathsworn's finally decided to deliver.
That's right. You're one of the unlucky ones that is sadly part of the late shipments on these, but we're getting it out there. They're getting it out there.
Yeah, they're getting it out to people. I think they're trying to complete the East Coast by this week, and I think the West Coast is supposed to be getting done within the next 2 weeks.
That's fantastic. I'm excited for that. Here. I do not see anybody in the chat yet, unless I have screwed up my chat, because sometimes that happens to me because I'm a genius. Let me see here. Hit this button. Sometimes that works. And then pop that out.
Stream froze for a second. Let me...
Sweet. Good to hear.
I'm going to pull it up on a different PC. Okay. We're back.
There we go. All right. So you've got it up over there, huh? So everything's going well in theory?
Yeah, everything's going well. We're definitely gonna get into the lovely boodmother today.
Perfect. I'm excited for you. But we're so while he's painting that, we're also going to chit chat, talk about things in our lives and things about our channels, things about everything, and maybe a little bit of nothing at the same time. Not to mention, I'd love to hear everybody in the chat. Please, if you have any questions for myself or Canje, please let me know. If you don't know, Canje does run his own channel. It's fantastic. It's called Canje Studios. I, of course, will put a link to it in the description below. So make sure you check it out. And those of you that are coming for a completely spoiler-free zone, there is one problem. We are painting a broodmother tonight. It's not the end of the world. It is the first boss. It's all over the box. I don't think it's really that big of a... spoiler, but if the chat would be so kind as to keep the spoilers to minimum, Canje has yet to play the game, so this is all new to him. Pretty excited about it.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I am amped to play this, and I'm super pumped. I've painted one character so far, and now it's time for the lovely broodmother that everyone's seen.
Yes. I have my broodmother here as well, just to show you as well. Mine is. I have not done the base yet, which is kind of funny. I did everything but the base. Did the base stuff. That's okay.
Wait, you're supposed to paint bases on minis? That's crazy.
Sometimes. Loquitur Gaming is here. It's good to see you. Oh, what game is that from? He says. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's right. He still doesn't have his game. Oh, too bad for him.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. So what I'm going to be working on is I've got. Last time we got together, I was working on kind of showing a little bit of how assembly line painting works, and I worked on these three guys from Forbidden Fortress. So we did finally finish them. Last time we left off, I had put the basing material on, but it was super wet, so as you can see, it did dry, and everything looks good on these guys. Super excited. I've got a ton more of those guys I got to paint, and then I got to get back to Forbidden Fortress. Also, we painted up one of our eagles for the Huntress, I believe is the character. We got that eagle done. We are, and while you're away, I got the other eagle done as well. And then on top of that, I just couldn't stop painting. And I also finished off the Huntress as well. The Huntress has got these like darker colors on her, kind of blends into the ground, the surroundings. So that's the Huntress. She's done. So what does that leave me to paint? Well, I do have her armory system, and I'd like to paint her armory system because I probably have said this last time, but Toby went beyond belief when it came to this miniature. This miniature is probably my favorite miniature of all time. I don't know what you've thought, Canje, what miniatures you like so far out of the box, but that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
She is one of the characters that I will be playing. I selected this, and then I have my Patreons pick 2 more. And it sounds like I'm going to be using the Warden as my second character, and then I'll see what my Patreons end up picking, and that's what I'll paint again.
Nice.
I think we lost his audio.
I'm not sure which audio we lost. I'll see. Thank you, lost audio. I'll see what we can do about that. Let's see here. This is probably the audio I lost. Let's try that. Oh, yep, there we go. Great.
Is the witch.
Nice.
And then I have already painted I've already painted the Legion.
Nice.
So they are done. So now it's time to hit up Brood Mama.
There we go. I think it's back. We got it. I think it was one of the I had the setting wrong. I'm a genius. Remember, I'm a genius up here. Now I got you doubled in my monitor, but that's okay. Oh, here we go. See, if I knew anything about this program, life would be glorious, but I still am learning.
That's all right. That's all right.
Defaults. Let's try that. See what happens. That might be the
Is that working?
We'll see, unless people tell me otherwise. Morganite, good to see you. Thank you for joining. It's awesome to have you here in the stream. We are going to be painting some Oathsworn tonight. That's the plan, at least. Once I get everything else up and running here, still trying to work on some audio extravaganzas. Amazing.
The fun stuff.
That's right. Here we go. Desktop audio. That off. Now let's see what you sound like.
Yeah, better.
That is
better. Am I coming in?
Look at that. You are amazing.
That is perfect. I love perfect.
I do
perfect
too.
Is good.
Yep, perfect there. The only one I think you're not perfect in is right here. Try that. There we go. Turn that on. Now try.
Yeah, better?
Yes.
Even better?
It is good. I've got a plan now. See here. All right.
I've got a plan. Yay, audio's good.
All right, we'll go with it, unless somebody says otherwise. All right, so what colors are you using there, Canje? What are you going for?
So I'm starting with the speed paint Greylord Gray. So my plan is, I've been looking at this rat all day. So my plan is to paint the Broodmother Greylord Gray completely, except for where there is these little hashes and rip outs for mange that's on her. And her children will also be a different color. But for her, I'm going to go with the gray, and then after I do the gray, I'm going to dry brush in a light purple.
Nice. And you're echoey here. I'm going to see if I can fix that. Probably not, because I'm not a genius. What if I did this, and then turn this off, then had you here? Let's see how that goes. Might be. And I don't. Yeah, I've got your barf. Yeah. See if I can. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. I'm helping. All the people in the chat are helping me make sure we get this running right. The only audio I don't have well is your paint, the one when I'm doing the painting. So that's going to be fantastic. Yeah, it'll be awesome. All right, let's see here. Turn this on. At your back. Yes, thank you. Thank you. If I turn your desktop audio on, let's see if I can up here. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's try that. There you go. Maybe that'll work. Not sure.
Y'all got me now. Am I still echoey, or am I sounding decently human?
Barrett is a genius. Woo! I hope I'm a genius. All right, now we'll go back to the painting cam. Okay, I figured out what I did wrong.
So is it? Oh, they said much better. Okay,
yeah,
cool,
I figured out what the problem was. I'm not a genius when it comes to kind of stuff. But thank you all for helping. I'm not touching the settings anymore. Morganite's telling me not to touch the settings.
Yeah,
Stay
my
away.
old
Stay
boss,
away.
whenever I had like any technical difficulty, he would say, "Oh, you got one of those problems where the problem exists between the keyboard and the seat."
That is awesome. Oh my gosh, that's good.
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all heard me, but the plan is to use some Greylord Gray, which is a speed paint by Army Painter, and then from there, I'm gonna dry brush her a with a little bit of purple to give her a nice little purple contrast.
Nice. Well, we have a lot of wonderful people in the chat today so far. Ryan is here. Thank you for joining, Ryan. It's awesome to have you. He's just with Morganite, helping us out with the audio issues there. The board game Maelstrom has joined us. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. We are right now. You're seeing Canje paint. Problems just between
Hello.
keyboard and chair. Yep, that's the deal. They love it. They love it. Oh, that's awesome.
Is it Pepcac? I think that's what is it. Pepcac.
Pepcac. Yep, Pepcac. Picnic era problem in chair, not in computer. That's Loquitur Gaming says that. So while you're working on that, I'm going to work on these. I'm going to try to start by now. The hard part about this armory system is the fact that you need to make sure that you painted everything exactly how you painted the other stuff. That's the kicker in the Panthers. That's the deal.
Do you just attach them back on and then continue, or do you just do them outside?
I hold
like
them. I'm going to hold them like this, and we're going to start with the arm on every one of these. That's going to be the deal. So we're going to kind of speed paint this. Well, that's kind of funny. I'm going to use speed paints for sure. We're going to go with camo cloak here. We're going to speed paint this. That's the deal. We're going to put that on all the arms. Now, Canje, when did you start your channel?
Oof. 2 years ago.
2 years
ago in May. It made 2 years that I started the channel. Yeah, and I was super nervous about doing it because, shame is a real thing if you mess up.
This is true. This is true. Oh, you're funny.
But the community has been amazing.
Yes.
I think this is the greatest community I've ever been a part of.
I full-heartedly agree. If it wasn't for how great this community was, I don't know if I'd still be doing it. But we get lots of support from all the people out there that really like to see us succeed, which is really cool. And they're also one of the most entertaining groups I know.
Oh yeah,
I laugh
the jokes
all the
are
time.
fantastic.
Oh my gosh, so good, so good. It's such a laid-back deal. I love it. That's the deal. Let's see here. No pressure, Canje. We're just watching your every move. That Morgan.
Oh God! I'm gonna.
Fingerprints in the paint add texture, Morganite says. And camera placement angles are perfect, boys. I can't see either of your faces. I know, isn't it great? That's perfect, right, Dan?
Damn it! Who let Dan in here?
Yep, here he is.
Who let Dan in here?
Oh, he always finds a way, doesn't he? It's amazing. It's amazing. Jason, it's awesome to see you. You had me at pumpkin spice latte. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much, Jason, for joining. It's awesome to see you. I hope things are going well for you. Somebody actually asked me how. So here in Minnesota right now, we're undergoing a nurses' strike, it's only supposed to last a few days, in theory. See how that goes. Somebody asked me how I'm holding up, and actually, to tell you the truth, the strike itself doesn't actually affect me. I'm not part of the union. I work in a surgery center, so it's physician owned. We don't have any ties to the union or anything like that, which is good and bad at the same time. But it's so I'm going to work tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. It has nothing to do with anything. But my company does try to keep up with the other nurses in the hospitals and stuff when it comes to like the support we give and things like that. But the strike itself doesn't actually affect me. Like I said, it's good and bad. I hope that things get resolved. I hope everybody comes to an agreement because strikes are never fun. They don't.
Is it a pay-based strike? Is that what's happening?
There's a few underlying factors. From what I understand, of course, I usually get all my news from like Nickelodeon and Disney Plus. Just because I have kids and I'm out of touch a lot of the times. But basically, there aren't enough nurses, or there's too many patients per nurse. Like the amount of nurses to people patient ratio isn't very good, or it needs to be improved, and just some other things of that nature. a lot of pay and things like that. It all just kind of comes together, from what I understand.
Okay.
That's the deal.
Okay.
Yeah. So now Dan is upset because my face is on camera. Bad for Dan. Yes, they do have faces. Y'all humor is the chef kiss. Ha ha ha! Right up my alley. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, last time, if anybody saw, we were playing Oathsworn, Colin and I, and somebody said that his reading was French kiss, and I looking at the comment like, what the heck? And all of a sudden, Colin goes, "Oh, thank you so much," and I was like, "That's what French kiss is? Like the chef's kiss? Sorry, not French kiss. That's something totally different. Chef's kiss.
That's not what you grew up knowing it was."
I lose at every co-op chat. Yes, it's good. And yes, for those that are interested, we do a co-op chat together. Canje, myself, and Steve from the One Stop Co-op Shop. We do a nice little chat together every Saturday, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that's the deal. Yes, there's lots of fun here. If people don't notice, I got my Daffy Duck shirt back. I'm super pumped. I found it in my wife tried to hide this shirt from me pile. Super excited about that. Yep, I got Morganite French kiss is something completely different. Yep. I'm got to work on my talking before I talk, my thinking before I talk, or even talking before I think. I do all that stuff. Jason says, that's great to hear about the strike. I was just going to ask that. I'm with Health Partners and Hudson Group, so we're not involved in the strike. We're not sure it'll even, doesn't seem like Stillwater House will be affected. Good. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, like I said, good and bad. I'm glad to hear that it's not going to affect you, but I hope everything does get turned out for the best for everybody. And that's what I'm really hoping for, of course. Which is nice because I know I'll be able to go back in and do all my surgeries and stuff for people that need it. Kind of nice. But Jason works in the medical field. Very nice. He's also from Minnesota because he's Minnesota Frost. It's awesome. He actually works in Stillwater, which is really close where I live. So someday I'll have to get together and play some games. You only wear a shirt during duck season, or is it wabbit season? Oh my gosh. Okay, so funny story. So Kanji's going to do a lot more painting than I am in this episode. I can already tell that. Funny story. I showed Daffy. So my kids, I kind of feel bad for some of the kids nowadays. Like, my kids didn't know what like Looney Tunes was. So I was like, well, I got to show you Looney Tunes. So, of course, what I bring up the Wabbit season, duck season video where I think Daffy Duck gets shot like 10 times.
Greatest episode. Yes.
And my 12-year-old was just on the floor dying. And my 9-year-old's like, every time Daffy Duck gets shot, he goes, oh! It's like, okay, well, at least one of them thinks it's funny. The other one thinks it's kind of brutal. I was like, okay, that's half the battle. But it was pretty awesome. So I made sure. Then I showed Ridley the one where he's Robin Hood. That's my other favorite one.
Oh yeah, yep. I remember that one too.
Oh, good. I showed him that. Or of course, my favorite one is where somebody's drawing him as Bugs Bunny draws him. That's the deal.
And he's drawing him as like this weird flowered animal.
Yep. It's so good.
Screwball tail.
Oh, yep, exactly. Oh my gosh, remember it's so good. So
yeah, I grew up watching a lot of Looney Tunes.
Yes, I did too. I remember watching every Saturday morning. That was the deal. Sitting in a big chair, you'd wake up, you'd have your breakfast and watch Looney Tunes with your TV tray. And then your parents would wake up about 3 hours later because you woke up at 6 o'clock to watch cartoons on the weekend. I don't know why I did that. I do. Board Game Maelstrom.
Oh, hey, Jason, what's going on?
Yes, lots of people. I still haven't gotten Mission 2 story mode done. My boss 2 is all painted, though. That's great to hear, Board Game Maelstrom. You got to get on it. Lots of fun. ROR is canceling noon urgent cases again as we've got such a nurse shortage. I'm in Oregon, so it's pretty much everywhere. This is very true. It's quite widespread. That is the deal. Jay says, I got to give a shout out to Derek. It's nice to see you guys collaborating. I've been watching his channel for a very long time, and I just finished watching the playthrough of the new Twilight Dice game.
Yeah, it's Twilight Inscription. I played that on Sunday.
Did you? Awesome.
Yeah, it's a fun game, but it's not meant for solo play whatsoever.
Well, there you go. My problem,
but it is. I see. If you can get four people together, that game, y'all will have a blast with it.
Yeah, my problem is I can never make it to your Sunday streams because that's when church is, so I always have to wait and watch them later.
Gotcha.
That's my deal.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
No, no, that's how it goes. Thomas Clark is here. Thomas, good to see you. Good to see you, Thomas. Uh, Thomas says, it seems to me that the easy answer for reducing the number of patients per nurse would be for the doctors and nurses to not be so good at their job. Now, that could work. That could work.
Well, then people would die, and there would not be aid. So yes, there would be reduced number of cases coming into the hospital.
That's something. That is for sure. Oh,
that is an option. Yes.
Yeah, I guess there's always options out there, and some better than others. That's the deal. Ryan says I did the same thing Saturday morning for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I used to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but it was on a Sunday where I was, and I had to go to church every Sunday, and I always wanted to like be sick. I'd always say like, "Oh, I'm sick, I can't go." So I could watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it never worked. It never worked. I always had to go. And the best part is, of course, this is back when we had VCR, so I could have recorded it, and I started actually taking a VCR tape, and instead of trying to make sure that you're actually recording at the right time, because nobody could ever set the timer on these things correctly, it never worked. I would just hit record and go to church, and I have like this 4-hour, 3-hour video, and I have to fast forward through it till I found the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle episode, and I could finally watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Deal. That was a deal. Thomas says, I've seen the Oathsworn videos, Barrett. I know what you do in the hospital, just burning people. This is Trevor.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh, that doesn't spoil anything. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Don't worry.
No spoilers.
Anyway, let's see what else we got. I did send Barrett pics of my finished boss too. Yes, and it looks amazing. It looked absolutely amazing. It looked better than mine. This was awesome. Very good. Yes, Canje is painting his first boss he's going to fight. While I'm painting some of these armory pieces for my Huntress, because the Huntress is probably the greatest miniature I have ever seen in my life. I think I gave
pretty cool.
I gave it great praise. Cool. Well, I just love the fact that the whole idea of this miniature is the fact that the pointing hand is the highlight of this miniature, and all the weapons are like secondary. So, like if you take the weapons off, you put any of these other weapons on, they're not in any type of attacking position. They're all in kind of like a neutral position, which makes this miniature absolutely phenomenal to me. Because you always see like those miniatures like, oh, it's always like the sword up, ready to fight, and stuff like that. Where like these, like the bow is just, she's just holding it down. Like this is one of my favorite ones because it's like the bow itself is actually planted in the ground. Like it's not even ready to be fired. It just looks super, super cool. I'm really, really excited for that. I just got Sea and Sand expansion, Jason says, for Destiny's in the mail. Sounds like Roger is going to release the PDF of Dungeon Crusade this weekend with new rule update. Oh, wow. There's a lot coming then. First off, Destiny's. You ever played it, Canje?
Yeah, I played through all of it.
Love it. I love that game.
On stream, I only played through a couple stories of the base game.
All right.
But off stream, I finished it all. It's a fun game. It's a fun game.
Yes, I played it with my wife and one of my and my friend Karen. We played together, and it was really, really cool to play through that whole thing. I love the fact that the game doesn't. You're not like impeding other people. You're not trying to ruin other people. You actually just want to get your stuff done, which is kind of cool. I'm equally sorry I did not get the armory, and happy I didn't.
You're equally sorry and happy you didn't?
I'm equally sorry I didn't get the armory and happy I didn't. I don't know. I think he needs the armory system. That's what he needs. It's the Babe Ruth pose, Loquitur Gaming says. She's calling out the next enemy to die. That is awesome.
That's going out the park. It's going out the park.
Loquitur, you shouldn't have told me that. I'm stealing that in the next time I play. I'm gonna play this character. I'm playing this character just to call out my home runs now. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for the great idea. That is what I'm going to do. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. People are amazing. Board Game Maelstrom says, I just played the first mission of Destiny's. Not a lot of gamers around here. Oh, that's too bad. Too bad. I'm gonna find one other person.
Yeah, I feel your pain. That's why I solo game as well. Is the closest person to me is actually there is actually Doug, who lives in, I think he lives close to about an hour and a half away, but then right after that is Steve from One Stop Co-op Shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Steve isn't Steve like a couple hours away or an hour or two away?
Yeah, he's like 2 hours away from me.
Wow. Yeah, I don't got too many people either. I only got like Colin. He's like 15 minutes. I got a, and I got my friends from high school that still play games and stuff. I'm a jerk. A jerk.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have a group in the area to
Well, you
take
can
these up, take them over.
see what you should do then, Kanji. Here you go. You ready to make some friends? All right.
Uh-oh.
Um, I also found that at the local library, they have a game group that gets together every, I want to say, it's like, oh, well, during the summer, it'd be like every month. Now that school started to kind of stop. But you could bring whoever you wanted, your kids and stuff could come, and he would bring a bunch of games, and you could play those games, or you could bring a game to play. And so my son and his friend and I went there. So it's kind of cool because that was a place if you really wanted to make like gamer friends, you probably could have got some there. I didn't really go to make gamer friends. I just thought it'd be cool to have my kid come out and maybe play some games.
Okay.
And it worked out okay. But he had like some fun. He did those fun games like he had Sushi Go. Is that like the card
Sushi
draft?
Go.
Is that
Yeah.
that card drafting
Yeah,
one?
Sushi Go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he had some train one where you're kind of going up and down on this train and you're like programming these bullets and your movements and stuff. Forgot the name. Terrible at names. And not only can't I pronounce them,
I
I
don't
can't
know that.
remember.
I don't know that one either. The
Yeah.
only train one I know is Ticket to Ride.
Nope, wasn't that one. Oh, we got who's here? Visits is here. Seems like she's also has a plan. Yeah, she does. She does. She does have her plan is probably better than mine. He's talking about the Huntress. The Huntress's plan, probably way better than mine. I'll send you the address for the
Play.
residual check because I'm going to steal this. I'm going to steal Loquitur Gaming's thunder. Now, that's the deal. How are the kids adjusting to school? My daughter is in 6th grade this year, and she is in a new school and doing fairly well so far. I'm glad to hear that, Jason. Ridley has announced that September is his least favorite month of the year because he has to go back to school. He does not like school.
It's the most wonderful time of the year for me.
Yeah, I was
Send my
pretty
son
excited.
right back.
Yep, I was just partying the other day because I got my Mondays back. I got my Mondays back dance because I every Monday off. So today was my first Monday off since summer. So I was going to record a video, but my friend showed up and we played Rock Band for 4 hours.
Oh, that's a good.
It
That's a
was
good.
awesome.
That was good.
I'm a dork when it comes to this. It's like my midlife crisis. I've got It is. I've got 2 guitars. I got a drum set with the cymbals. I've got a keytar, and I got 2 microphones and a mic stand. So I can pretty much play whatever I want, sing. It's amazing. It's kind of my midlife crisis since I'm not in a band anymore. It's closest I'm going to get. Closest I'm going to get. That's the deal. But my Jason, sorry, I sidetracked myself. My 10-year-old, yeah, surprise, surprise, I sidetracked myself. My See, this is what our co-op chat kind of sounds like sometimes. We never let anybody get another word in. My 10-year-old is back in school. He enjoys it. Got a good 4th grade class. He's really excited. So that's that. Thomas Clark says, I play solo games because that way I don't have to deal with problem players. And even if I do, there's no one but myself to blame. How about that? Does speak wise words there. All right, so we got our green on all my stuff here. How's your rat coming there? Looks gray.
How's she looking? How's she looking so far?
He looks pretty good. Pretty good. Here's mine's my little rat. I went with the purple. I went with the purple.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely dry brush just light purples on there, but I love how deep purple you've got going with yours. Yours looks incredible.
Yep.
And I plan to add something a little special, but if we can't, if you're like, yeah, I'm kind of done. I don't want to stream with you anymore. I'll kind of talk about it now. Let me wash this brush off, and I'll pull this in the scene. This is what I'm going to be using.
What is that?
So everyone who has not heard of this, y'all need to pick this up. This is called Yoo-Hoo, and it's from, I think it says it's from Yoo-Hoo, Germany. So it's made in Yoo-Hoo, Germany.
Okay.
But basically what this is, and let me pop this open. I don't want to take it out the tube because it could get messy. But what it is this one.
All-purpose adhesive.
Yeah, so what this is that you pop this off, and if I do that, it'll fly out. But it is clear it's like a clear, thick, mucousy liquid, and I plan to use this. So when I do the wound areas, I'm gonna do it like with some paint red scar. I'm gonna put some Nurgle rot to do so a little bit of pus.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use that to show like a little bit of drip on it.
Okay.
And then also I'm gonna put it in her mouth to look like she's drooling as she screams out.
That is gonna look gory and awesome.
And so that's why I was like, if I can get this thing not prime, but base coated quickly enough, I could do at least one of the wounds so you can all see it get implemented.
That would be sweetness.
But it was something that the guy who's teaching me how to paint, Brian, that he told me about, and once I got it, I used it on a mini from Nemesis, and it came out incredible.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing that. Make sure we get to that. That'd be good stuff. Let's see here. Got a super active community day. Super excited about that. Board Game Maelstrom says we have a board game store here, but all they do is play Magic. I know how that is. That's quite the normal.
Yeah, I have a board game store here, and the one guy said, he was like, "Hey, if you," which was it hurt my soul a little bit, but it was funny. He was like, if you ever wanna be frustrated, open up a board game store, because he was like, that's his least selling thing.
Yep, I can imagine.
People come in to buy Magic cards, and that's it.
That's how it goes.
And do Magic tournaments.
Oh yes, but it's also their moneymaker. That's the deal.
Yeah.
Loquitur says that he plays mostly solo and has to deal with the problem player all the time. Morganite says he hated school until college, where he could choose his own interests. This is very true. Very true. Bill is here. Bill, awesome to see you. For those of you that don't know Bill, Bill is an excellent painter. He has painted all of the enemies in Oathsworn for us. If you're interested in, except for the first two, I painted the first two. If you're interested in seeing those, please check out our live streams of the game. We're going to be streaming the story for number 5. We're going to be doing the story for number 5. I think we're on counter 5. Tomorrow, Colin and I are going to do that live. So, if people are interested in joining.
You are way ahead of me. I'm not even on 1 yet.
You will pass me. You will pass me. That's the deal.
I don't know if that's possible.
Let's see. Speaking of solo games, Morgan Knight would like to know: are you guys interested in Legacy of You, or I think I'm pronouncing that right? Legacy of YU. Have you heard of this one?
Yeah, I have. It's a really cool game. I watched a playthrough. One Stop did a playthrough. I think it was Mike who played it. Okay. And it looks like a really cool game, but I actually have to pull back for a couple months on board game purchases, so no, I didn't back it.
Oh, well, there you go. I have not looked at it. I'm about to, though. That's the best thing about the community. They always tell me about these awesome games that I miss out on, and then go take a look at them.
Yeah, the theming is pretty cool, and Mike did a really good playthrough of it. So
okay. I'll have to take a look.
But I did back the new role player game, Dawn of Ulos. I did back that.
I did not.
But I think that's my only backed game.
I did not
for
do that.
this month.
I did not do that. Don't confuse it with Yahoo. No. Thanks, Tom Clark. That's fantastic. That's
not a role player fan.
I have everything so far. This one just didn't seem up my alley because it seemed like it was more of a. There had a solo mode, but I liked the cooperative modes of all of the other games. The last one they did. And I do have some friends that play the role player game. They like that a lot. I don't know if this one fits so well because it's more of a building of the areas and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, Bill Holmes is saying, do not miss Box 5. He's really excited for it. I'm pretty excited.
I don't know what you're talking about, Bill.
Well, we don't know either. We don't know what it is either. No idea.
No spoilers.
I don't even know anything about it, so it'll be interesting. Yes, and Bill actually has painted all these boxes, and we told him we do not want to know anything about them. We don't want to see anything about it. We're just going to open them on the days that we have to open them and play them. It's going to be awesome. That's what we've been doing. Morgan, I did say I'm picking up Legacy of You up at retail. No real incentive to back it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the way that I'm falling too. Is that that's going to be a later purchase, but not right now.
There you go. Uh, and Dizit says that he's looking forward to Bill's box. That's the deal. Board Game Maelstrom said I just bought some of Uhu. Oh, bought some Uhu on Amazon. I'll have to try it out. Is what he said.
Oh yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to at least do one of the wounded areas so you can see what that's going to look like. So you'll get a sense of what you're purchasing. It is amazing stuff, and everybody should buy it, but don't let it sell out or raise in price, please. Because I've only got one tube left.
That would be amazing. All of a sudden it goes out. Silver Coinage of Monster Hunters backed in Cyberpunk 2077, says Jason. Silver Coinage of Monster Hunters backed in Cyberpunk. Oh, okay. Those are the games.
They're all different games.
They
I
are.
think.
Yep.
Yeah, I think.
Cyberpunk 2077. I heard about that. We haven't. That's when we were with the creator on. I think we did something with him on One Stop, didn't we? Like the Marvel United creator.
Yeah, we played. We were talking to him about Marvel United, and he told a little bit about Cyberpunk.
That's right.
And then when I asked him if there was a solo mode, he hemmed and hawed, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, I think that kind of happened to me too. I think there is a solo mode though. I haven't looked beyond Boss 2.
Nope.
Says no, there isn't one. Okay, so there isn't.
Nope.
No, that's too bad. Board Game Maelstrom says that he hasn't looked beyond Box 2, which is good. Bill says that he tried Uhu and liked it, but now I'm using secret weapon water effects.
Ooh.
So now, now that's going to go up in price. I'm going to guess it's probably very
cool.
similar.
I have to look into that. Yeah.
My guess. I would have to. I don't really do too much of that. I promised somebody I was going to bring my Ragnarok spider out here, and I forgot to today. I use this stuff. I think. Nope, that's not it. Oh boy, now I got to try to reach for it again. Knock over 9 things getting it. See how amazing I am. Probably not amazing at all, because I don't know where it is. Well, I think I found it. Did I find it? Or did I just find air? I think I found air. I found a wiggly camera. Get it without wiggling it. Okay, so I found. Okay, this isn't going to be it, but so I got the Scenic Cement stuff, but it's actually this is the company I use, and I just use their realistic water. That's what I use, but it's really runny.
You also have some terrain stuff like grass, right?
Oh yeah, I got all that crap. Too much of it.
Yeah, I would like to look into doing that. Have you found it like it really makes the bases pop when you use them?
Yeah, I mean it really does. I mean, if I put one tough on this thing just to make it look good, but I could put more of it. I'm actually not pleased with that base, but whatever, it's done. Remember the rules. There's rules of painting. Remember rules. One of the rules is paint on, move on. You got paint on the miniature, move on. That's the deal. That's the deal. So don't go back and think you have to keep on working on something to make it better and things like that. If you're done with the model, go on the next model. No reason to keep just messing with it. That's the deal. Well, Loquitur Gaming says, have you ever heard of Moonbreaker? It's a video game made by tabletop skirmish folks. On-screen units are minis and bases. On-screen units are minis on bases. Game has a painting part to customize minis. Has washes, dry brushes, etc. That is out of control. Never heard of it, but that's out of control. Jason says Cyberpunk 2077, full meter not game back for $1. Not sure if we'll go up and pledge. All in on Silver Coin. I haven't heard of Silver Coin. Have you heard of Silver Coin?
Yeah, I heard of it. I didn't back that one, but it does look pretty cool.
All right, I might have to look into it. There's also a couple ones that we just talked about the other day. Warcrow and Dragon Fire something.
Oh, yeah, Warcrow is the new one by Corvus Belli that's going to be coming to Kickstarter soon.
Okay.
Corvus Belli does the Infinity Universe RPG and all that other stuff.
Okay.
And so they made a game called Infinity Defiance, which I did a couple streams of, and I think you said Hungry Gamer
William
did one too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so
that's them.
So now they're coming out. Yeah, so now they're coming out with a fantasy version called Warcrow.
Okay.
And I got to demo it at Gen Con, and I liked it. So I will be getting that when it comes out. think of it as it's like Descent, but second edition, not the other one.
Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. I was thinking about like I saw that William actually I think just put up a review of it. I think he got a copy. So
Oh, Warcraft? Cool.
yeah, I think he's just putting it up. I think he said he just finished it. How are you? How
Yeah,
are two of the nicest guys on YouTube right now? Loquitur in chat, us and Loquitur in chat. That's pretty awesome. Thank you so much. Brian is here. Brian, it's nice to see you. Thank you for joining. How are two of the nicest
Hey,
guys
Brian,
on
what's
YouTube
going on?
and Loquitur Gaming in chat? That's pretty awesome.
What's up, Brian?
That's pretty good. Everybody here starts buying all these supplies for painting minis, and Amazon is just going to be like, what is going on? This stuff never sells out. Now I've sold out in 5 minutes.
Like I said, you'll see. It's. I know, everyone always says like trust but verify, trust and do your research. I'm going to show you this stuff once I get this this mini base coated with the speed paint.
Nice. I'm excited to see it. Then Dan says Barron's book title is called Slop and Drop, This is the Way. And that is true. that's my painting technique. That's the deal. Jason says, you must run, be safe, good vibes. Until next time, P.S. Pull up a chair. That'd be awesome.
Hey, pull up a chair, Jason. Always pull up a chair. always. Yeah.
Shout out to the Canje.
Have a good time.
Thank you so much, Jason. It's always awesome to see you. Thank you for everything. It's awesome to see you. And let's see here. Morganite says, I have too many campaign games arriving right now. Darkest Dungeon, Aetherfields, Isis Vanguard, but I'll still pick up Oathsworn on relaunch. It seems just so much fun. It is so much fun.
What has me really amped for the relaunch is because the Kickstarter rules, you can't do the old thing, you have to add something new.
Correct.
So if they're gonna, and I remember Toby saying that they're not done. They've got more monsters, more story, and I'm like, yes, but please don't ever use Red Stag again.
Oh,
but
you're funny. Yes. Jason says, Derek, turn on your donations next time you live stream.
I did. They're on.
Oh, there you go.
The donations are on.
There you go.
Yeah, they're on.
Broccoli Docklins is here. Broccoli Docklins, good to see you. I just need to look. Okay, yep. Did we put... Nope. Okay, good. I'm just making sure, I have to paint these guys exactly right. Broccoli Docklins, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for joining. Hey, Canje, he says. Hey, everyone, he says.
What's up?
See ya. Good to see you.
Toby said they are just adding upgrades this go around. They want to launch first expansion next summer. Hey, I'm buying upgrades. I'm good for it.
Yep, I'll pay the whatever it is for upgrades. Can't think what the upgrades are going to do. Maybe cool dice.
I'd still get them.
Get Toby in here. Maybe he'll tell us what the upgrades are.
Yeah.
He'll probably say, I can't,
cool.
Can't tell you. I'll probably say. All right, let's see. So what I'm working on here is I'm kind of speed painting, and I always say speed painting, and that's the wrong term now because there actually is a paint called that. I am assembly line painting these so that I can get every part of these the same. That's the deal. So I'm just going down with each color. So right now I've got snakebite leather. I'm working snakebite leather along all of these different parts here. Next will probably be metal. Then we'll have to go individually on the weapons here. That'll be the deal. And we have to get the skin too. That'll be the deal. And once we get all that, then we're done with these, and I can go on to my next miniature. That'll be the deal. How many deals do I got? Count them.
None.
Canje, you're awesome. Oh my gosh. Love it. Oh my gosh.
It's all no big deal.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Plus that 10% off all their projects going forward. Oh, really? Wait, really?
Oh yeah, because when they did the people who paid the extra money.
Yeah, that's right.
People who paid the extra money, they said that they'll give the 10% off of new stuff, which is cool.
I remember that.
And I did pay the extra. I gave them extra money.
Oh, well, it looks like you got your game right away. That nice.
No comment.
Oh my gosh. Soon. Oh, too soon. Baron, why do you open these wounds? Why are you so mean to me? Why are you so mean? Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. I'm the worst person ever. Oh boy. Toby says they're going to just add upgrades. Oh yes, Dan, as he says, more just upgrades. Just upgrades. What are your opinions
Yeah.
on Forsaken? Oh, have you looked into Forsaken yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. Um, it'll certainly have the best storage of any game ever. It actually looks like good storage. This is true. Um, it's a one-off game, from what I understand. It does have a solo mode. It seems kind of post-apocalyptic, is what I think. I mean, I could be wrong. I didn't get a chance to look at everything. I think I know that what was once Ant Lab Games, I think, did a play of it. I
They're
might be
back to
wrong.
Ant Lab now.
Oh, they are just
Ant
called Ant
Lab
Lab
has
again?
returned.
Okay.
Yeah, they're Ant Lab now.
I know they weren't for a little while, and they were having some issues or something, and then they kind of came back, and like they
Yeah, they went away.
redid.
They went away.
Mm-hmm.
They created the board game Nexus, I think was their thing after they had some trouble because I think they were not feeling the love from the community.
Okay.
And then they came back as Ant Lab.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I like them. They seem like nice people. I've never met them though, so I don't know. Barrett, I got to use Turbo Dork on one of the boxes. Sweetness, Bill. That's awesome. Turbo Dork is amazing. You got to get some Turbo Dork.
I have it.
You do?
You made me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Barrett made me buy. Barrett made me buy.
Oh my god.
So I have Turbo Dork. I think I was gonna use them on Stars of Icarios, but Oathsworn's here, so
I gotcha.
yeah.
I totally get that. My next thing for using some of that will be on what do you call it? ISS Vanguard when I get it.
Oh yeah, that's supposed to be delivering soon.
Yeah, isn't that sad? Like that's delivering like every. So it always seems like that happens, doesn't it? It seems like you get
Everything has been delivering because I also got a shipping notification from QML recently that Shield is going to be delivering soon.
really. That's awesome to hear. I'm hoping to get a copy of that. I did a playthrough for them on that, and they said I'd get a copy, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I didn't. They've gone completely silent on me. Not that I just kind of mentioned, hey, I saw it shipping. I hope I'm able to get a copy to be able to show off or something, and they kind of. I haven't heard from them, and that's okay. That's the only email I send. If I don't get it, I'm okay with that. I'm just happy that it funded because it was a pretty cool game.
And so they should be shipping soon, which would be great. And I believe that for people who played Spire's End, which if you've never heard of that, you should check it out. It's an amazing game by Greg Favaro.
Okay.
His next Kickstarter that he did, which is Hildegard, Spire's End Hildegard, is going to be, I think it's on ships.
Oh.
So it should be delivering soon.
Nice. That'll be good.
It's not. Yeah, so that game's going to be fun. I did a demo of that, and I loved it.
Nice.
And Spire's End is awesome.
Thizit says one upgrade that got the second most votes in the poll was a wooden chest that could hold the all-in pledge. I don't think people expected it to be that big. Can you imagine that? Kind of like one of those trove chests.
Which game?
Oathsworn. It'd be like the upgrade. That not be sweet?
It would. It definitely would.
It would only take up 90% of one of my poll areas of my gaming collection. Yeah. Maelstrom says, "Good night, guys. Canje, I'll watch tomorrow and see how the Uhu goes. It's good to see you, Board Game Maelstrom. Thank you for joining. I hope to see you again
thanks
soon.
for joining.
Yeah, Loquitur says the same thing. So much stuff is supposed to be delivering. That's it. Everything.
Yeah, I'm waiting on Darkest Dungeon, and I'll hold my breath while I wait for it.
I didn't do Darkest Dungeon.
I'm a huge fan of the IP, so it was kind of a thing.
Yeah, I totally get it. I played that IP for a little while, and I did nothing but die, and I was like, okay. No.
But you play KDM. It's the same thing.
At least I have a little bit of a say as opposed to like, okay, I'm going to hit this button, hope I don't die. Oh, nope, got rocked. Like, all I got to do is hit this guy one time, dodge. Really? It's kind of like when you used to play XCOM. Did you ever play XCOM when you were growing up on a computer?
Yeah.
And you'd take your guy, and you have your gun, you set up point blank range, 99% chance of hitting, miss. What? Yes, 99% chance. Oh my gosh. Morganite says everything delivers in waves. Bill just got Scooby-Doo and Jurassic Park both delivered the same day. That's pretty cool. Colin has Scooby-Doo. I'm actually planning to get it from him. I want to play that. I think my son would love it. He right now is addicted to Scooby-Doo, my 10-year-old.
I did not know Scooby-Doo had a board game.
It was by Cool Mini or Not, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but I think it's by Cool Mini or
So
Not.
is there tons of minis with it?
Just the Scooby-Doods and a few of the enemies that you remember from back then when you used to watch the show.
Right.
Cool. And Morganite says, yes, Spire's End is great.
It is. The man speaks truth.
Yes, your little rat there is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's looking pretty. Let me see if I make sure I get him on stream. How's he looking?
I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty gray.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get his. Yeah, hopefully I'm just looking over now to make sure I got everything.
It's a pretty small miniature. You can't miss anything.
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
And then I'll move on, and I'll show just one of the wounds. I'll just color in one of the wounds next.
Nice.
Give y'all some you.
Bill says yes. All the minis are pre-painted for the Scooby-Doo. This is true, and it's by Cool Mini 9. Kind of neat that.
Wait a minute. Everything I know is wrong. Come on. Delivered a game that doesn't have a ton of minis and it comes painted.
And it's yes, this is true.
Everything I know is wrong.
Everything you know is wrong. The world has just gone upside down. Can't take it.
Dogs and cats living together.
Thank you. That's an awesome reference. I use it at work sometimes. People don't get it. Like, come on, Ghostbusters. Killing me. Who are you people?
Yeah, I do that one, and I do Lighten Up Francis a lot.
Nice. Is it sad that today at dinner time, my son started taking his shirt, kind of putting it up over his head, and when both my wife and I look at him, and we're like, "What are you doing? Are you Cornholio? What are you doing with your shirt?" And then, of course, I get the who is Cornholio, and then we all of a sudden realized the box of worms we've just opened, and there was some. We had to talk about Cornholio then for a little while and explain what that all was. It was a thing. That was pretty amazing.
That's awesome.
Glorious parenting moments, that's for sure. Yes, it was.
Alrighty.
11 containers of Frosthaven leaving port on the 19th. Oof, that's coming as well. Oh my gosh. I don't think I'm going to do that on my channel, so I don't have to worry about it. Remember, no painting by numbers, Canje. Use the artistic vision. No painting by numbers.
Madness. Straight madness. All right, let's see. So we're talking about. So I'm going to be using this for the wounds called Crusted Sore.
Crusted Sore.
And then on top of the Crusted Sore, I'll be adding Scar Tissue. Well, and then I'm going to throw some Yoo-hoo on it.
If those aren't the most aptly named paints I've ever heard of in my life, I don't know what are. That was amazing.
Crusted Sore.
That's something else. Yes, here we go, Brian. I am the great Cornholio. I need TP for my bunghole. Yep, there was a lot of talk. That's exactly what we started saying. I was like, I looked at my wife, and my wife looked at me and was like, why are we saying these things to our 12-year-old? He probably does not need to know what Beavis and Butthead is at his age, even though I probably did at my age, at that age. Sat around and watched that probably. Oh my gosh, yes, that brings back memories. Wow. Well, so far my little pieces here are coming together. Getting closer and closer. That's the deal.
Looking pretty solid.
Torcado, it's awesome to see you. Thanks for joining. How's everyone doing today? Everybody's doing well here. Canje is here with me as well from Canje Studios. He is painting his rat. The only thing we see of Canje today is his rat. Very.
Hello everybody. How are you doing? He's touching me inappropriately.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Ricardo says, "Hey Canje, what's up?"
What's up? What's up?
See? Canje, no cloudy discharge paint. Good stuff. Oh, Cercato is excited. You have finally got your game, he says.
Yes, yes. It finally arrived. And what was funny is there was no shipping notice at all whatsoever. And it was after I finished losing in Robinson Crusoe, I was going to walk the dog, and when I opened the door, the big box was on the it was just sitting there.
That is amazing. You're just like, really? That's been here the whole time? Why didn't I know that? See, and the sad thing is,
shipping notice.
The worst part is you only leave your house once a week, so who knows how long they've been sitting there.
Shh, don't tell people that.
That's
They'll
right.
think I'm crazy.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
They'll think I'm crazy.
That's right. I'm just touching up a few little parts here on my little duty thing here. Make sure we got all this stuff painted. Guess I can't open. Okay. My arms are all done. Now I'm going to deal with the weapons.
Oh, man, you paint quick.
Well, we'll see. Cercato is currently painting Warhammer Quest Blackstone Fortress. I'm done with a couple of the heroes. That's fantastic to hear. Fantastic to hear. Keep it going. Flop and drop. Get them on the table. That's what I do. Oh, I forgot about this thing. I'll do that thing. Get one. No, I better do it now. Darn it.
So what do y'all think of Crusted Sore? What do y'all think of that?
Actually, that looks pretty cool. Love it. Nice little thing.
This mini has an insane amount of detail on it.
It does.
So,
it has a lot more than it looks like it should have.
Yeah, well done, Toby. Well done.
Oh, Toby's magnificent. Makes us look out of control. Loquitur Gaming wants to know why the pizza guy, when he delivered your pizza, didn't tell you the box was there.
On my Gloomhaven Friday stream, I hadn't eaten all day, and I kept thinking about pizza. So while we were playing a game, I ordered a pizza.
That's amazing. That's super funny.
It's when it arrived, I was like, "Pizza guy's here. I'll be right back."
I'll be right back. I'm hungry. Give me a pizza. Oh, that's so good. That's super good. Canje saw the box. That's when he looked at the dog and said, "Walk yourself. I got things to do."
Yep, I threw the dog and his collar outside. I immediately brought the box inside, and no, I didn't. I walked the dog, and then I went and unpacked it.
Of course you did. Of course you did. You did the right thing.
But the next day after it arrived, I did the unboxing. So that's when it arrived. The day before that.
That's pretty good. I can't. Just arrived. Of course it did.
Well, you went through that pain too with Stars of Icarios.
I did. I did go through that pain. A lot of pain with that one.
Because mine came in and you were waiting.
Yep. That seems to be the way it works for us. One person gets it real fast, the other one has to wait forever. All the time.
Yeah. I think what came in, a new Kickstarter arrived for me today called Relics of Ravnica. I backed it because it looked really cool. It had a nice solo play mode, but I don't know. We'll try it out and see how it is.
All right. When's that going to go on? No idea?
Ooh.
When you get time. When you get time. When it's posted.
If I had not have been a little bit kind of went a little too far, and I'll just say just a smidge too far at Gen Con and things, just a smidge, I probably would be streaming all that stuff now.
Oh, that's funny. You still have that many games left from Gen Con, huh?
I still have a lot of games left from Gen Con to play.
Cercato says he's going to send some pictures of what he's painting. He wants some thoughts. All right. Well, you may send them. That'd be
as long
fantastic.
as it's not Oathsworn, I'll look at them.
It's
if
for
it's Oathsworn,
it's for Warhammer Quest Blackstone.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, send them. I want to see.
All of the miniatures are incredibly detailed. Are you just Bill? Are you talking about the Warhammer Quest Blackstone? Because I haven't seen it yet. Is that? But if it's Warhammer, they're always so unbelievable. Warhammer have always had just top notch.
That's
minis.
Gamers Workshop, right?
Yeah.
Is that the people who make it?
Yep,
Okay.
they're the ones who make the Citadel paints too. Same company. Oh, Oathsworn. Yeah, Oathsworn is out of control as well. I wasn't sure which one you're talking about. Yes, Oathsworn is super, super good. I haven't seen miniatures of this quality from when we talk about Oathsworn in a long time. They're just so good. I like the poses. I like the dynamic nature of all the characters, and then the gameplay itself just phenomenal, super fun. And it's coming tomorrow. Coming tomorrow. Mission 5. Be prepared.
Yeah. How many missions are there total? That's the only thing I'll ask.
I think in theory it's about 20, but I mean, you never know when it comes to how you go through the game. There might be parts that change things or don't change things. I don't know.
Oh, it's like kind of a choose your own adventure thing. Cool.
I would just yes and no. I just don't know how much, like only on mission 5. So I don't know to pass mission 5 if anything breaks off and like if you go a certain direction, like
I got you.
You don't do some of the missions, or if you do this thing, you don't do that mission, or you do this mission, or if, I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
You'll love it. You'll love it.
And I'll probably my plan is as I complete missions, I'll unbox and paint the next encounter for the next time I stream.
That's funny. That was going to be my plan, but then I didn't have
to. It's good to be the king. I didn't have to.
That's right. That's what it was. No.
Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm painting with royalty today.
Oh yeah, that's the deal. You are hilarious. You are hilarious. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I thought I just spilled paint all over the place. Oh, thank goodness my paint cabinet was closed. It was closed. That's fantastic. I've been painting for over 30 years, and these Oathsworn are some of the best I've ever seen and painted. Bill, you've outdone yourself so far. I'm excited to see what continues. It was super fun. I wonder if one of the reasons is because of the size. Compared to the other games you play, these are bigger size minis, at least for me. Most of mine are always those smaller minis. I shouldn't say smaller. They're not Destiny size. Those are ridiculous. Or Seventh Continent size. Blech.
How do y'all feel about the mini quality as opposed to Descent, the new Descent game with their mini quality?
These?
Or
your Descent quality? Are you talking about what do you feel about Descent?
Well, yeah. How are you feeling about the quality of Descent?
It was interesting because they were so light. It almost felt like there was so much air inside them, it seemed like, because they just seemed really light compared to most minis I've played with and worked with. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what that meant for how the design and how they made it or anything, but I mean, they're fine. No problem with them. These are better.
These are better? Okay.
Yeah. Bill agrees that the size lets them add extreme detail, and this I think is true. I'll have to. I was playing Wild Ascent. The details on those miniatures are out of control. Like they're almost over detailed. I mean, it's almost like you can't deal with it. There's too much detail on it. I know it sounds weird, but there's just too much detail.
Have you looked at Primal?
No.
Reggie. It's their first outing, but basically they came out before the Hunter board game.
Okay.
But it's basically Monster Hunter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know this game. Colin backed it.
Okay.
It's
so y'all will get it.
Yes,
okay.
It's one of the lucky joys I get living next to Colin. He and I kind of discuss every once in a while, like, hey, what about this Kickstarter? And really, they're like, oh, I already backed it, or I don't have any interest in it. If you want to pick it up, go for it. I'm like, okay. Or else be like, oh, I like for the new Tainted Grail coming out. Like, I'm going to pick that one up because you already have the original Tainted Grail, and that way if you want to ever switch, I'll just borrow yours, you can borrow mine. I'm like, okay.
Incredible game, and I sold it.
Which one? Oh, Tainted Grail?
The Tainted Grail. Incredible game, and I sold it only because it was... I just knew I wasn't going to complete it. I knew it. I knew myself well enough to know I was not going to finish that game.
Bill says there's no spoiler. Box in Chapter 4 gave me a migraine, though.
Well, now you spoiled my migraine that I'm gonna get.
That's
Bill.
right. No migraine for you.
Yeah, now I know I'm gonna get a migraine.
You're gonna take a leave.
Kidding.
You're gonna take a leave before you open that box.
Exactly.
You don't get your migraine, you'll be like, "Oh, Bill, you're." I'm gonna try something
for the last time.
Try something. I'm going to paint this spear part gold, just because it's kind of neat. So it's got like this like claw arm here. So we're gonna paint that gold. Problem also holding this thing is I'm probably taking some of the paint off of the arm. That's okay. We can go back and touch it up. And of course, my favorite part is as I'm painting these, I moved away one of my brushes.
Uh-oh.
And I noticed I forgot to prime one of her armory weapons. That's my favorite.
Oh, no.
So I'll just do that one other time. We'll do that another time.
Break out the air spray and just prime it now.
That's right.
Take you a couple seconds.
It would take me a couple seconds to be the loudest thing you ever heard. All right. This one is all going to be metal. There's nothing here I need to save. That's the deal. Okay. Ready to set the picture. Perfect. Set the picture. Sadly, I can't look at the picture right now. I will look at the picture when I'm done. I promise you. Wild Ascent is wild, Mercado says. This is true. You know, I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised with that game. I was really not sure what to expect with that, but I was surprised at how cool that game was. The problem is it falls in this weird genre, and everybody kept saying, like, oh, it's just a boss battler. And I don't know even another boss battler.
That's what I thought, too. Yeah, that's what I thought, too. I thought it was a boss battler.
Not a boss battler. Not a boss battler. Then people are like, oh, it's Kingdom Death
Monster Hunter? Is it Monster Hunter? Is that what it is?
Maybe Monster Hunters. Monsters Hunters.
Yeah, like a resource gathering game, like crafting and stuff?
To an extent, yes.
Okay.
But even the narrative, I played through the narrative, and I thought the narrative was actually pretty well written, and it was a lot of fun. It's a quick skirmish game too, because you're not bogged down. I mean, when you hit somebody, I mean, everybody hits like a truck, and so it's just a matter of you can like hold out against their attacks and hope you don't take as much damage as you can dish out, and try to maneuver yourself around the board to be able to do the amount of damage you need to take them out. So it is very skirmishy.
D&D.
Yeah, it's very it's very skirmishy, because you really have to kind of position yourself the best you can to try to take advantage of weak spots and things like that. Otherwise, it could go down you can't go down real quick, but you just won't keep up with the amount they're doing.
Okay.
The MKMKs are insane. Looking forward to the MKMKs. Alan is here. Awesome to see you. Thank you for joining. I finished Tainted Grail and all expansions. Liked it, but not sure I'll play it again. I will not buy the new one. Well, I don't know if you know. I know I haven't seen it or played it. I know Mike from the One Stop Quad Shop did a playthrough of it, which I was going to watch. But Colin just told me, he messaged me today, that he is getting that copy from Mike, and he wants to play it live with me. And I said, then I'm not going to watch the playthrough. I'm going to be super surprised when we play this game. I think it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Mike says that a lot of the stuff he didn't like from the original Tainted Grail has been removed and fixed. It's kind of like the Seventh Continent new one, that Seventh Citadel, where they kind of went through and quote unquote fixed some of the stuff. Though it's not really that they fixed it; they just changed it to fit what they were making the new one. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Like, you don't have to try to keep these menhirs activated anymore. There's no like food that you have to worry about. Like, you have to have food and all that. They got rid of a lot of that stuff in the Tainted Grail. He said it reminded him of playing through one of the expansions. I want to say the Tainted or the like Fallen Knight or something, where it kind of got rid of the whole menhir dealy. Because he said he really didn't like that, where he'd be like, oh, okay, I'm going to go do this thing. Oh, I got to get back to the menhir and light it again. Otherwise, it's going to go out on me. If it goes out on me, that's Bad News City. So,
yeah.
Wasn't a fan of that. Which I can understand that. When you're trying to play through a story and you have to like back up to not be part of the story, it's almost like you're doing that just for time's sake, to make the game longer.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that I didn't like about Tainted Grail, was always all right, I'm progressing the story. That sounds really cool. Oh, crap. I got to go back and light the menu.
Yeah. coming along pretty nice. Pretty excited about this. Loquitur, there's a new tech called Siocast that looks like it increases the speed and really reduces the cost of making detailed minis. You can make them in minutes. Looks really cool. Plastic too, not resin. Is that like something a human being could own? Okay, let me try that sentence again. Why did I say that? I should say, is that something like the general public could get their hands on, or is this something that like companies would be able to use?
Is it something that we poor people can buy?
There you go. There you go. Exactly. Sorry, not MK. I meant minis. Oh, that makes more sense. That makes more sense. I thought Circado was talking about actual like name of a mini. It's like, is that one of the ones in the minis? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no more grind, Loquitur says. Men here were a pain. I house ruled the heck out of that. Like, to see that they are changing the tedious stuff. Yes. And like I said, I did that, I think, the same with the Seventh Continent. That was another thing people thought were kind of tedious, was hunting all the time. I need to hunt to get the cards back and things like that. So I think it's nice that they're going to get rid of that stuff. But yet again...
Yeah, I never got a chance to play Seventh Continent. Seventh Citadel will be my first introduction. It's the same thing with... I never played Sleeping Gods, so Distant Skies will be my first foray into that world.
Well, if you want to experience any of those, let me know. I'll send you one. I've got them all, and I don't know when I'm playing them again.
I have way too much.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? You just got back from Gen Con.
Oh, God. I think if I bring any other in here, my girlfriend will kill me, so...
I get the back here. Once it's full, I'm done, and I'm getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Alan says he's almost done with the base game of Assassin's Creed. The game is fun. I didn't get far enough in that game. I'll have to get back to that one.
Yeah, Steve played through all of it.
Oh, yeah. Steve was a maniac.
Yeah, him and Kim played through all of it, and he said he really liked it.
Yeah, he loved it. He's also very...
I like the IP.
Yes, I like the IP. He's also a big stealth guy, so it's really right up his alley.
So for any of the video gamers that are in chat, I'm curious, that new game that's coming out from Marvel, Midnight Suns, if any of y'all are getting that. And question, when you look at it, would that not make an amazing board game that would sell like millions? It's basically it's like XCOM, but with Marvel, and it's card based.
And I definitely would. Yeah, I watched a little bit of that. Canje sent us some stuff about it. And then I started watching a little bit of it, and it looked really cool. I like the fact that it is card, like you get a certain amount of cards that you come into battle with, and you got to work on using those to destroy the enemies and stuff. I thought that was really well, and use combos in your environment to work like stuff. I thought that was really cool.
I'm not sure why no publisher has seen that and been like, we don't have to change anything, and we can make a ton of money.
Yeah, maybe they have. But it's already being in the works.
Maybe.
I highly doubt it. Oh, my wife's here to talk about my storage. Not yet. Corbett Spell is using it for their Infinity games, I think. That's the deal. Circado is going to get it. He's super excited for it.
Yeah.
And he's right. It would make really an amazing board game, he says. And I agree. My video gaming today was Rock Band.
It could be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on Thursday. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if I wanted to buy it for one of those, could have played it for free on my Xbox.
You're buying it for the friendship experience.
I could buy it for the friendship experience. But I got enough friends. Oh, is that what just got said?
Oh, shot fired! Shot fired!
Oh my gosh, it's too much fun. Oh,
that was awesome.
What does my wife say? My wife said something here. What does she say? She says, Barrett, you have overflown your game storage area by a lot, and I know it. Yeah, well, I like to...
Robin, I don't know what you're talking about. It looks, from what he's told me, that he's got a bunch more space to get more board games.
More space. I have lots of space here. That's the deal. Oh my gosh. Oof. absolutely getting it, and it'd be a great board game experience. Again, talking about the Midnight Suns, Broccoli Docs is good at that, and then Broccoli Doc thinks I'm in trouble. No, don't worry, she'll be asleep soon. Thomas Clark has no interest in Midnight Sun. The next video game coming out that he really is hard set on is Castile Protocol. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
I haven't heard of that one yet. I have to look that one up.
Not more Marvel. I'm still catching up on Marvel United. Hashtag Canje spends.
As you should, and buy it all. Buy it all.
He says as Canje, hashtag Canje spends my money. That's what Brian says. Ricardo says, I really need to finish painting. I have a lot of game in queue. This is true. And Robin still is telling me there's no space left. That is. Ricardo, you got a lot of games there. Wild Ascent, Warhammer, Bloodborne, Shadows of Brimstone, and the upcoming games. Callisto Protocol looks amazing, Ricardo says. Those are some amazing games right there, though.
It's easy. Just get rid of Bloodborne because you won't, because it's terrible.
That's a lie. Lie. You've never played it. You can't say that.
I did. I did an unboxing and I played it and I got demolished.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, that's too bad.
Because I suck at those games.
That's too bad. Oh my gosh, I really enjoyed that game. My biggest problem with not being able to play is I don't have it painted. I need to paint it.
I thought you painted. Didn't you paint the wheel or something like that?
Oh yeah, I painted whatever I've used so far. The problem is, I'm not. It's hard for me to play because a lot of them are like, oh hey, you can use this enemy, that enemy, and then 2 random ones. I'm like, 2 random ones. I only got 4 painted. There's not going to be too much random in that. That's the deal. The only game I'm really hyped about is FX6. SF6?
FX or FF?
SF. Sam.
SF. Oh, Street Fighter. Street Fighter.
Oh, okay. There you go. I haven't played Street Fighter in forever, but I've got the board game, which is really, really good. I'm going to make Colin play it with me. Or I
have the board game. The minis are freaking phenomenal.
I know.
And I have not played it yet because it's a 2-player game.
I know. I that's why I'm thinking I might do a live play. Steve is actually coming into town at the end of September. Maybe I'll make him do a live play with me.
You're going to make Steve play a non-co-op game? Good luck.
It's going to be awesome. I'm going to tell him it's co-op, and then I'm going to tell him what you have to do, and he'll be like, what? That'll be the deal. Bloodborne's really good. Love it. What are you saying? Exactly. 2 against 1. You're going down, Canje.
And for people who...
Huh?
And for people who love Bloodborne, they are actually remastering and quote unquote fixing Dark Souls. They're going to be re-releasing it.
Oh, all right, that's fantastic.
The board game.
I never played that.
Yeah, and they said that they're changing some of the rules to make it more enjoyable.
Oh yeah.
So, for all you Dark Soul fans,
I thought that was called Soul Ring. Is that the name?
Elden.
That's the name of it? Elden Ring, that's it. Thank you. Gosh, I'm so dumb. I try to sound cool and then I don't because I don't know what I'm talking about half the time.
All right, what do y'all think? How's that looking?
I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty good there. I like it.
All scabbed up.
All
right.
Ellen says his husband keeps telling me that I have overflown our storage space. What he doesn't know or realize is that I have at least 5 more Kickstarters coming. That's amazing.
Elaine, that's awesome.
That is so good. BB is next for me, is what it says. BB, which one's that?
Bloodborne.
Oh, that'd be awesome. See, Loquitter's got it. It's co-op. You against me.
You against me.
Oh, that's fantastic. Dio mio. That I don't know what that is.
Ay Dios mio, my gosh.
That's
oh my god, but
that's good. See, I am so terrible. That's the deal. My wife says it's looking good. More money to spend. That's the problem. Well, it looks like a giant rat, Canje, so it looks good. That's what Thomas says. My wife,
I would say that this looks like a giant rat.
I think it is. I think it's a giant rat. Street Fighter, the board game, has boss battle that are co-op. They do have co-op.
Our co-op.
He is true. He is true. So I can maybe do that with Steve. I can make Steve do that.
Can you hold up your giant rat again?
Of course
please?
I can. Let's.
I want to see. I want to see how. If it was just a dry brush of the sideways side. Yeah.
Oh, this?
Okay. Is a dry brush of the pus. All right. Cool. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no. This stuff I put. Okay, so here's what I did. You want to know what I did? In here, I painted up a flesh color. I don't know what color I used. Sorry, I'm terrible. But I've got two paints I used. I used the first one I used was, I'm going to reach over right through my camera. This is super good filming. I use Blood for the Blood God. I sprinkled that in there. And, of course, I use that Nurgle Rot.
Nurgle Rot, yeah.
So that's where all this red is. Because the red then, because both those colors kind of like look like they're oozing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blood for the Blood God and that. They both do that. And my base is still gray, so I'll look at that. I'll look up here. There you go. Yeah, that's what I
so I'm about to do the tail, and I sadly, and it hurts my soul to say this. I haven't even done her head yet, but it hurts my soul to say this. But I have to thank Dan Roberts for this. I had asked him. I'm struggling with the color for the tail to make it very fleshy, and Dan recommended Crusader Skin.
Okay.
Speed paint for this, and so that is what I'm going to be using.
Love it. Sue Park asked me if I need to vent about the strike, or is tonight only the fun times. That's funny you should mention that. We did talk a little bit about it earlier in the stream. I work at a surgery center, so the strike actually doesn't affect me like individually, but I do hope things get resolved. I hope everything goes well for everybody involved, because it's important to get everything under control. So, but for me, I'm going back to work. I don't have to worry about it. It's not technically affecting me at this point in my career or anything. See how it goes. My wife is going to bed because she's a teacher and she's super tired, and that.
Night, Robin.
So it says here, your teacher wife is going to bed. You can now freely talk about how many games are being delivered this month. Okay, good. I can tell you about the 8 games that are coming. She says we should have fun. She said it's good to see you. Sue Park says, my attempts to paint remind me I could not color between the lines as a little kid. Fine motor has not improved. I see, Sue Park. That's fantastic. That's hilarious. Well, I am working on these little pieces here. That's the deal. And Kanji's working on a big rat. It's like we're doing the two opposite things here. And Loquitur has nailed it on the head. Says that I have a lot of space at Colin's house.
There you go. There you go. You got that pesky kitchen that you don't need to use.
That's right. I tried to put up my miniatures in there, and that got taken down. For the longest time, Galactus was in my kitchen, and my wife eventually.
Which Galactus? The Simon Galactus?
No. I used to play HeroClix back in the day, and so at one point I had actually taken. I used to have it up here. And he used to actually be in shot, but sadly the overflow has continued, and now he's been moved on to bigger and better spots. I don't know where he is right now. Whoops, I just about knocked my camera over. That'd be awesome. I don't know where that's facing right now. That's going to be super great. Back to it. But anyways, this is a Galactus that stands about this tall from HeroClix, and I put it up in my kitchen. Got taken out. There's a Fin Fang Foom, too. I had a big Fin Fang Foom, and I put that in there, too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it also got vetoed. Got vetoed. Canje also. Canje is not in Minnesota. Canje is in North Carolina.
Yes. Correct. I live in North Carolina.
Oh, and Brian says, funny, as a teacher, I must go to bed as well. School night. Looking good, Canje and Barrett. Take care. All good night. Yes, thank you for joining. It was awesome.
Good night, Brian. Thank you.
So your rat is under under the gun there, and I'm just painting up little things. You have way more exciting stuff to paint than I do today.
Yeah, I don't know. You paint some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I'm just painting up all these weapons for my dude. But I got to make it look like everything else I've been painting. So I got to take this and put it on here. Down here, but now I'm painting this green on here. I don't want to get it on the silver at all because I was going to like silver green. Now I got to kind of get it on the side. And now,
sorry, this is turned away from you. I'm trying to get, and you're only seeing the bottom of the base and paint
okay.
the underside of the tail.
I'm going to edit that out, so. No, I'm kidding.
You're going to what, edit it out?
I don't know how to edit that stuff. It's interesting because when you edit in YouTube, it's just ridiculously slow and bad to do.
Yes, I know. I know, and sometimes it doesn't work.
I didn't even know that. It makes me sad and scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got all the hot equipment, so.
Hot equipment! Yep.
Hot equipment.
It's hot equipment. I stole it from down the street. It's hot.
You know, when you're dealing with royalty, they always
royalty. You're killing me, man. Oh my gosh, you're so much fun. Cercado says, got the speed paints, been using them. I actually really like them. Yes, I do as well. That's why everything is primed white right now, is because it's the best color for speed paints. Now, sadly, I normally don't do white because I don't like white as a primer, but for speed paints, it works really good. Oh, Elaine must go. She must catch some Z's. Watch you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining. It's good to have you here.
Hey, Elaine, take care, guy. I'll chat with you later.
We will see you soon. That's the plan. I'm using gray. You can use gray. Gray is just fine. I just know speed paints in theory to get the really standout-ish color. They recommend white. But I actually use gray as well, and I have no problem with it. I just thought I'd try it on this miniature to see what it looked like when you did white versus. That's why I did it this way, just to see the difference. And so far, I don't know how much of a difference it is. I think the biggest difference is probably on flesh tones. I think they're lighter color, if that makes sense. But for the flesh, I used some Reaper paint. So there you go. Staccato has already gone past that problem. That's the deal.
That's those pro painters.
That's right. Gonna move your
pro painting accessories.
Yes, we all have pro paints. There we go. Make sure I keep you in camera. I'm doing the best I can here.
Oh, sorry.
No, you just keep going. You're doing a great job. You're the guest. I cater to you.
I'm not using my magnifying glass, so that's probably why I'm not in it right now.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're the guest. My goal is to make you look good. I never need to make.
That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work you got to do.
I don't work.
That's a lot of work.
Oh, you're funny. Now I got to figure out what color I'm going to paint these bows. I'm going to go with brown, but I'm not sure what brown. That's snakebite leather, so I don't want to do that because it's going to be too close to the color. Dark brown looks like this. I already have one that's dark brown. So I'm thinking about doing a lighter brown. I could do... I don't know. Been using like a combination of Citadel, Army paints, speed paints, and some Reaper paints. That's the deal. The only problem I'm having is with white. Yes. White is always a hard color to paint. I've always never liked painting white. And even like with speed paints and stuff, like it doesn't really look like the white. White's always been a tough paint to paint. That's my experience. What about you, Canje?
Like putting the color white on a mini or priming white?
I think putting white on a mini never really seems to look the greatest to me.
It's always clumpy for me. Like
you're not what to use from washes to give details. Yeah, because it's like once you're white, you don't want to go too dark, otherwise it's not white anymore. Oh, And of course, Loquitur, our genius, the resident best painter for when it comes to getting some ideas from Loquitur Gaming, says try Pro Acrylic White from Monument Hobbies.
Yeah, I actually have some of their paints here.
Oh,
this is the one that he's talking about right here.
Oop,
come on, show it on camera.
Yeah, just keep running. That was awesome. Out of my way, rat. That was so
blocking
good.
My shot. He's blocking my shot.
Out of my way, rat. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the I bought a set of Pro Acryl paints at Gen Con. I got to try them out at their mini painting stand, and it's phenomenal paint.
That's pretty sweet.
I think if you've never messed with them, I'd say grab one. So these things are. This is the one that I'll be using a little bit as well for the underbelly. But what you do is, you know how usual paints like this have a top, you twist it off, and then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
The tops are built in, so you twist it up.
Oh.
And then you can use the paint, and when you're done, you twist them back down.
That's revolutionary right there.
So it's the only reason why I mentioned that's because I didn't know about that when I painted, and I shook the paint bottle and it was open.
Oh no. That didn't go well, I bet.
No, not for me or the person at the table with me that I didn't.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Oh, I'm really sad right now. I don't know where my gold is. I'll have to use a different gold.
How rich people are. You hear this? That's how royalty acts.
That's
I don't know where my gold
right.
is.
I don't know where my gold is. Shiver me timbers.
I wonder what the poor people are doing today.
Without their gold. Oh boy. Oh, here I got some gold right here. It's not the greatest gold. It's fun. Greedy gold. Probably best for me.
Is that Army Painter?
Yeah, and it's the top of it's clogged, and I don't feel like getting my. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. I don't feel like going to go get my. Oh, it's gonna be all over me. It's gonna be. I hate gold. Oh my god. It's gonna be all over me. I don't care. I could get a thing to pop the thing, but I don't feel like it. Break the seal thing that's on top. Don't care. I'm just gonna do this. Pick this thing up and pick. Ricardo says I like. There's a mini in Warhammer that is a priest and his clothes is full white. Yeah, that sounds like a pain in the butt. I got it painted. Looks like coil, but yeah.
I'd probably air spray that so I don't have to paint it. Like I just air spray.
Well, that could be something you could
avoid the hassle. Did I get everything on the stupid tail?
Quitter says he's not the only one, but he's got a lot of good plans when it comes to painting. That's for sure. You know, one of my other rules of painting, Eric, is when in doubt, use gold. That's one of my painting rules.
When in doubt, use gold?
Yep.
Interesting.
If you're like looking at something and go, I wonder what color I should make that. You know, gold's usually a pretty good color.
What do you think of that tail?
I think that tail's pretty good. I like it. Looks like a tail. Like it's got the color on.
I struggle with the color of it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're trying to get that fleshy color.
I think Loquitur Gaming told me when I did mine, one option is to paint it with the paint you just did, let it dry, then go over with like a purple from Contrast or something, one of the purples or something.
Okay, I give it a shot.
That's what he did. He told me that. It looked really good. I wish I had the miniature to show you. Trying to remember which miniature it was I did it like that. Oh, it was the rat from Bard Song. And sadly, those miniatures are a long way from here. They're out in
You gave it your best shot. You gave it your best shot.
Right.
It just didn't work out.
It's actually in the other room. Still too far away.
Oh, you still have Bard Song? I thought you got rid of it.
No, I've got Bard Song. Come on, the minis are too far away though. They're out in the other room. I'm not going to go get them.
Okay.
You're stuck.
Alright.
There you go. I painted the gold on the staff. Done. I can put the gold back on the top here because that's ridiculous. Okay. Go away, gold. I have this really good gold from Citadel, and I forgot. I don't know where I put it. I probably used it to be one of my spray can hole or spray topper bottler things. So Circado's going to go check out your paints you had. Those paints you're showing. Loquitur says the top is the same one that made me throw paint everywhere. Oh, that's hilarious. He was telling me about that on his live stream. The same thing happened to him that happened to you. Paint just went everywhere. It's definitely a tail. Thanks, T. Clark. You're amazing. Thomas Clark, that's good stuff. The only rule, I use paint the minis to make them look good from 2 feet away or just table good. Exactly. I'm no good at painting when it comes to that. I just put the paint on. People are happy to see painted on the miniature. I use more of a pink flesh to base for purple contrast. That's what he did.
Oh, okay.
Circado tries to paint them the best possible. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do. He says, Loquitur says to try dry brushing the tan from Monument on the tail.
Oh, yeah. So he's saying use the tan flesh.
Yeah. As a dry brush
from Pro Acryl, and then just dry brush it.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to dry brush one of these wounds with the scar tissue, and if that comes off really well, I'm gonna use the Yoo-hoo on it and the Nurgle rot, so y'all can see what that looks like.
I think that'll be awesome.
So yeah, so now I'm gonna just do the and I'm using the damn wrong brush with it. Shoot.
That's okay.
Got it.
You'll find the right one eventually.
This is my dry brush.
Circado says, I don't know how to make eyes or faces. Well, here, let me show you how I do eyes and faces.
I do not either, and my hot trash.
That's fantastic. You know what that is? That's flesh color over the whole darn thing. Don't care. Here's the other one.
Yep.
Look, here's flesh over the whole darn thing. Do I care about the eyes? No, I'm never going to see the eyes. No, I'm not going to see the eyes.
Go.
Don't ever. Oh, this guy's got an eye patch. This guy, that's my hand. This guy's got an eye patch on. Don't care about his eyes or lips or anything. Nope. They just all get painted with flesh color. That is it.
Here we go.
I paint the flesh.
Number 2.
I use what I use. I used this color. Where is it there? Oh, you were just using it. What was the name of the color you just used? Crusader. Crusader skin, right?
Crusader skin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I put on all those miniatures. I didn't even care to try to get an eyeball.
Yeah.
I used to try to do eyes back when I painted with Warhammer and stuff, but then I realized most of the time they just look terrible. So I stopped doing it. Actually, now that I looked up close with this character, I don't like her flesh tones. I'm going to flesh them. Perfect. All right, that's better. Didn't like it. That was me, though.
No, sir. I don't like it.
Like it.
I'm dry brushing a lot sooner than I should, but I want to show you all this stuff before people head off to bed.
That'd be good. Yeah, you're welcome. Circado says thanks. Yes, you're welcome. It's just so hard to try to get that, and when you're looking at it from a tabletop, it's really not going to be. To me, I don't think you're really ever going to notice. That's just. I need a good white primer. Yeah, believe it or not, I have to say Games Workshop, man. Citadel paints are so good. Even the spray paints are just phenomenal. Especially if you really want a good one. I have grays here everywhere. I do have, I think it's this. I got black from Army Painter. It's okay, it works. But I know I watch videos and they say like, oh, just pick up like a $1 primer at your local hardware store. Yeah, I'm like, no, that's a terrible idea. That's like ruins all the. I don't ever see any of. I tried that one time, and guess what happened to all those guys in the garbage.
Oof.
It was Warhammer,
Yeah.
so actually I didn't, but they were Warhammer figures, and so they just looked terrible. It's like by that painting them, I just like felt defeated. Like I did this wrong. I did all this wrong, and I'm spending all this time painting.
And that's what scares me the most about painting is that getting it wrong. And a lot of people's like, well, that's how you learn. You experiment. Yeah, that's true and all. But what if it's a mini that you really care about?
Yep.
What good?
Darn it. I mean, the good news is you can. I mean, that's a tough one because if you've done it if the primer is the thing that's killed it, you can't really go back and fix that because it's ruined the detail in the mini.
Yeah.
Where if it's like a paint you didn't like, you can always go over with a different color or something like that, or eventually. What does Thomas Clark has to say? So basically, every character in every game that Baron plays is just wandering around, getting into fights with their eyes closed. This would explain why other attacks miss so much. You. Yep, that's right.
Man.
Oh my gosh, that is right. Yep, and Circato says, "Wow, that's pretty awesome." Yeah, that's actually right. Yes, none of my guys can see. None of them. Loquitur says I was watching Huh?
I said people don't pull punches, huh?
No, we're all for it here today. Loquitur says I was watching a Vince V video early. He's an award-winning pro painter for tabletop quality. He doesn't do eyes either, he said. Wow, interesting. So I guess you could say I'm a pro painter.
You're a pro painter.
Pro painter. That's what I'm hearing right now. That I'm a pro painter. You're pro painter advice. Oh my gosh. So I just gotta change up a few things real quick. Coming to you live from Meet Me at the Table. Baron just giving pro painting advice to those around him. Pro tip number 1: don't paint your eyes. Pro move. That's right, Circato.
Pro painting and pro painting accessories.
Pro move right there. All right, I'm still working on the bows. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do about those yet.
All right. So I've dry brushed just inside. I don't even know if y'all could see this, but if you can see, I dry brushed. This is scar tissue that I just dry brushed on here.
That to make it lighter?
It's to lighten it up to give it like a sense of depth.
Sure, love it.
Yeah, so now I'm going to do the Nurgle rot on some of the edge pieces to see like the little bit of gross coming in, and then I'm going to yoo-hoo.
All right, let's give it a shot.
But I'm going to let that dry. Yeah, I got to let that dry or else it'll run.
That's no
when I do it.
You don't want to have anything. Run down. Here you go. Meanwhile, back here at Bowtown, I'm gonna paint this bow with this called skeletal horde color here. And that's just what's gonna happen. Because I can't think of a better color. And I'm gonna spill. I've already spilt this once, which is why I don't got much left in here. That was a joyous experience.
Was that the one you spilt on stream?
Nope. That would be that. The best part is we'll forever know that because it is the blood color that is all over this area here. This is where I spilled my blood red, like blood red super extravaganza. That was an amazing experience. It's funny because I got a comment on my channel that later that day after I did it. From somebody. I wish I could remember who it was. I sadly don't remember. He goes, you were super cool when that happened. I would have probably been swearing and been really upset if I'd have spilled that paint all over the place.
yeah. That when I did my first spill, that happened. Like I swore to, and I was just I was not gonna do it. So let's just keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. That's all I could do. That happened. I was like, oh, it's spilling everywhere. That's something else. What can you do?
So let's get some nice little rot marks right in here.
Rot it up.
I'm just putting it in like the deep recess areas.
Love it.
That looks so stinking gross. Oh my gosh.
I love it.
It looks
so gross. Go see a doctor about that.
Nope, he's totally fine. No, he's going to see a doctor, or he's going to meet Dr. Oathsworn in a few days. I just have it on your camera now because you're doing way more cooler things than I am. I'm just painting bows.
Look at that. That's gross.
Oh, I like it. That looks good. That looks good.
How is I'm trying to remember. Shoot, I just did that and it was still wet. How deep did you do the pus on yours? Can you hold yours up one more time for me?
Oh, sure.
Okay, you did swaths.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I just globbed it on. He's got globby glob. Even down, it looks so good down here. It's like globbed in there, all over everything.
That's just so gross.
Perfect.
Made this color.
Made this color. Perfection made this color. What else am I doing here? I got another bow I got to do. Let's see, we're coming right to that bow. Not purple. You know, I like the hardened leather. We're going to go hardened leather from speed paint here. See what happens. Look at you being so meticulous with that stuff. Just slop it on.
No, my brain won't allow it.
You are funny.
I'm just doing it in the recesses where it's like it's between the skin.
Nice. Ricardo asks, are those bows the ones from Oathsworn, the ones you get, you change, right? Yes, that is correct. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the armory system for this character. Our, was it the Ranger? That it is? Which is pretty sweet. And so, yes, this is like the armory section for her. So as I get done here, then I can swap those out depending on what she's using, which is really super cool. That's the deal. Yep, Babe Ruth. I need to catch up with the series. And of course, Loquitur Gaming. Yes, this is Babe Ruth calling his shot. That's the deal. So good. This, we're going to do hardened leather because I think that's also a really good brown for bows. I could do something flamboyant and make these like feathers off of this bow, but that doesn't make any sense.
What do y'all think of that?
I think that's fantastic. See, you got it in there nice and gooey.
Yeah, what do y'all think of that? Just makes you want to vomit?
I think it's perfect.
Do that one after I paint the guys on them.
Circado says it's trucking gross. That's what she.
I love it.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, slathering it on is a good bet. I just want to be, so it looks like it's always leaking from sides of the.
Yep.
I have to paint the rest of that. I'll add the rest of that afterwards. I'll be adding more of that on. But when that dries, I'll put the Yoo-hoo on so you can see it run on the skin.
That'd be really cool. I'm excited to see that. They'll probably be buying it.
Yeah, but while I'm waiting for that, let me finish painting the head of this thing.
Working on my bow. I've decided that this has kind of an eagle looking like thing up at the top. I almost thought about painting the beak like a yellow or something, make it look like a beak, but I decided against it. But I'm going to paint the eyes.
The eagle?
Yeah.
The eagle?
It's kind of weird because look at this bow. It's kind of got these two eagle heads coming together.
Oh.
So instead, I decided, though, I was just going to paint the whole thing. But I still have to remember it's a bow, so it's got to be functional. It's not just going to be like, oh, this is a cool bow. It's like got beaks. Nope.
That's cool looking.
But I'm going to put an eyeball in there, so it can always, it's an ever-seeing bow. So since I've already painted no eyes on my guys, these guys, this bow will be able to see where it's shooting.
You're going to put eyes on the bow instead?
Yep, that's the deal. You have eyes on the bow. That's the plan. It's going to be awesome. So did you say you're starting your Oathsworn experience in October? That's your plan?
I don't know. I was supposed to receive a preview this week, and it's only Monday, but it hasn't shown yet, so I don't know yet. I haven't read the rule book yet. I still need to read the rule book. But I'm a person who struggles with rule books, not because the rule books are hard to get into, but because so rule books mean nothing to me. Like in school, I didn't learn by grabbing the history book or whatever to learn. I had to learn different. I had to teach myself to learn differently because I wasn't grasping stuff.
Sure.
And so rule books are tough for me, very hard. But they've got your first playthrough at Colin I could watch if I need to. Rob's Gaming Table has his first playthrough I can watch if I need to.
Yeah, it's only 8 hours long.
That's easy.
Yeah, sure.
That's light. That's light for Rob.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But it's just that I can watch the the early on with when y'all explain stuff. To figure it out. Other than that, yeah, it sucks. It really does, because I don't know. I don't want to get on a tirade here. It's hard. I'm gonna let y'all know if anybody says they're a visual learner, just know it's really hard.
Yeah. Well, I was diagnosed as learning disabled in the written English language, so reading and writing was never my strong suit either.
Yeah.
And it might show in some of my playthroughs where I'm like, oh yeah, you do this. And they're like, you just read that card and then you didn't even do anything close to what it said.
Yeah, I've done that too.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Streaming and playing a board game is hard.
Yeah. But again, that's the great thing about this community. They will be like, hey, just a heads up. And I'm like, oh, sweet. Thanks for telling me. Now I know.
Yeah, they're super helpful.
Yes. Here, what does it say?
Rule books mean nothing to Barrett either. Just ask Colin.
Yep. Oh my gosh, he got me so bad the other night. It was great. The bow eyes is for the bad guys. That's right. Bow eyes for the bad guys. Here they are. I use red. I use red in the bow. I'm not going to show up because there we go. Red eyes. There we go. If I was the current 2 eagles she has and saw that bow, I might be worried. That is hilarious. I never even thought about that. Like, oh yeah, where'd your other 2 eagles you used to have before you called us up? Don't worry about it.
Hey, just follow orders and you won't have to worry about it ever.
That's right. Don't have to worry about where those eagles are. Just do what I say. That's amazing. Yeah, rule books mean nothing. Just ask Marion. So I don't know if the other day we were playing Oathsworn. So I'm going to spoil anything so I can tell the story. He goes, well, what does that rule mean? I'm like, I don't know. Let's look it up. So I start reading the rule. I read like maybe half of the rule, and then I was like, so we're all good. And he's like, okay. And so we start doing things like, so what does this happen if this happens? Like, I don't know, but you've read the rule. Well, I didn't read all of it. I just got. She's like, you what?
I didn't read all of it.
He's like, give me that book. It's like, okay, here's the book. Good. Yes, that he read the rule book. It made a little bit more sense when you read all of it. Believe it or not.
It tends to do that.
Yes. Makes a little more sense. Circata says, I had problems with rule books and got used to watching videos since I got Arkham Horror 3rd Edition. Now I really appreciate rule books. True. I do a lot of watching the things too after I usually the game, yeah. I usually I'll read the rule book, watch a playthrough, read the rule book again. Sad thing is sometimes there's not any playthroughs out there, so you're just going on it and see what happens.
Yeah. Like Twilight Inscription, I had to read that rule book 6 times. Wow. Not because the rule book's bad. Right. The learn to play book sucks, but the rule book is good. But it took me to read it 6 times before everything clicked.
Okay.
Whereas someone who someone else can just read it once and be like, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
It's because I struggle with it. I struggle all the time with that stuff.
Yeah. Yep, I totally hear you.
And I was looking for a playthrough too. I was like, come on, somebody had to play this game.
Right.
But nope.
Nope. There you go. You're waiting and waiting. Been reading rule books more now and rereading them when I play a game I haven't in a while. True. I do that too. Especially if I'm getting back to a game that I haven't played in a while. Like when I did my Bloodborne playthrough, I actually reread that entire rule book again before I started my playthrough on stream last time we did it. And we're probably coming back to it again. Canje, we're coming back to it again. Come on. Coming back. That's right. Coming back to Bloodborne in October, maybe, through my horror extravaganza.
Yeah, I got some cool stuff planned for the month of horror in October. Nice. that I do, and May is my month of roll and writes.
Nice.
So I grab a lot of roll and writes and play them in May, and I got some plans for that too.
One of my plans is Arkhamtober. That's gonna be my plan.
Ooh,
we're gonna do
just all Arkham all the time.
We're gonna do Arkham Horror, the card game. I think Colin and I are gonna try to play through one of the cycles. But then on top of that, I'll record some other stuff. Like maybe I might do an Arkham 3rd edition. I haven't done one in a long time, and I had a good time playing it. It gives me, I shouldn't say an excuse, but it gives me a good reason to get that back to the table so I can play. Because a lot of times those games just collect dust, and I see them and I go, oh, I should really play that game, and you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I love that game. It's mean, but I love it.
Yeah. It is mean.
Like that chaos bag is. I don't know what I did, but I always pull the worst things out of the chaos bag.
Yeah, Colin does not like the chaos bag. He thinks it's unfair, it's cheap.
It is unfair.
I think the thing he doesn't like about it is the fact that it's like, in order to succeed, you almost have to be +2. Really have a good chance.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Let's see. I think the only thing I got left, I got some bottles. I got to paint some bottles. What should I paint the bottle? What color should I paint the bottles?
Am I exceeding time? All right, we'll get the Yoo-hoo on.
All right, give it a shot. I'm gonna go with barbarian.
Hold on, I gotta mix this paint first.
Mix the paint.
Yeah, I'm mixing the paint for the baby rats. I'm gonna paint them a little bit dark blue. Because that's what I did with the Legion.
I see. Dark blue.
Okay.
Dark blue rats.
Let's get the... I'm only going to do it on one because I still touch ups on the other side.
All right.
I don't think that stuff's dried yet, but let's take
a look.
No,
that stuff's going to take a little while to dry.
Okay. I'll just put a little bit on so you can see.
See what happens?
Yeah. So you grab the Yoo-hoo, you see how stringy it is already.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
All right.
Let me switch to your camera so people can see it.
And then you could just apply on here.
Oh, it just comes out like that.
And it gets sticky, so you got to be careful with it.
This looks like a hot glue gun.
And it's a nice adhesive that's on there, but you pop it off. And let me see if does that show good in the camera?
It does look very stringy.
Yeah, and what you can do... stupid magnifying glass. Sorry, I gotta pull them off for a second so I can get them closer. You can actually squeeze some out get it on here. It's very stringy, but it works really well when you get it. And then you just paint it on.
That's the weirdest stuff I've ever seen.
Yeah.
My gosh, I'm gonna paint spiders with that.
And see how it stretches like this? So whenever you're doing saliva, you could just stretch it like this out.
That's ridiculous.
And when it dries, you see how it dries. It dries in the position that you set it on.
Sure, kind of like almost like a glue.
Yeah.
Wow. That is cool.
I need to get that.
Sweet Lard is here. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. You joined just in time to watch Canje throw his yoo-hoo. What is it called?
So look at that.
Yoo-hoo? Oh my gosh, that looks awesome.
See, so look at the pus piece. That has a set that's applied onto it.
Yeah.
It gives it like that shiny, that's shiny, like gooey, and it looks, when it dries, it looks completely gooey filled.
Okay.
And what I plan to do is put it on some of these pus areas because it'll let the pus run. And you can actually mix color paints in with this to give it the color that you want.
That's out of control.
So like your blood for the blood god, you can put some of this in one of these trays, add your blood for the blood god, mix it up, and then slather it on with a brush, however you want for those pieces. So my plan is, once I paint the mouth, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of his jaw and let it kind of drip and it'll stop halfway, so it looks like he's drooling, like she's drooling constantly.
That sounds pretty awesome.
But this stuff is, I'm telling y'all, if you there are a couple pictures online of like some real professional painters that use this stuff, and they used it on Cthulhu Mini, and they just have like all this drool and bile coming, and it looks incredible.
All right, I'm gonna go buy that.
I mean, if you know how like some people will add some form of like shade, like Nuln Oil or something, after the goo comes to kind of give it a really weird feel. Now I don't even have to do that. I could just leave it just like this. And if you look at the texture at the top, it actually looks like the pus is pushing out of the skin. And then you've got like the nice little sheen and some bubbles in the pus that's on this one that you can see.
That's really cool, Canje. I'm really excited about that.
So if it's you know, once I get the whole mini done, I'll and I add all of it on, and y'all will get to see what this looks like. And then when I play, I'll break it out. But the drool sticks. Is like once it dries, it stays in place.
That's pretty sweet. I love the fact that it stays there once it's like, it's not something that glues around. It's just done.
Yeah.
It's really
this thing's...
Paul Family Farm is here. Thanks for joining. Awesome to have you here. He says, wow, that thing is creepy. Sweet Lard's joined. Thank you for joining, Sweet Lard. Good to have you here. That is Canje from Canje Studios painting up his brood mother. And says, Canje accomplished the task of the guest. Get Barrett to buy new supplies. Good work. Good work. Yep, good work. If it wasn't for Loquitur Gaming, got me to buy some stuff too last time he was here. I got Tuberdorf paints now because of him.
Yeah, this stuff is inexpensive too. It's not very pricey, and a bottle goes a long way.
Sure.
But anyway, I think it's very cool.
It does look really neat. I'm on to the point where I'm just putting some Nuln Oil on all my silver parts here, and I'm gonna be my bows and stuff will be done. Sweet.
Cool.
Stuff done here.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having me on. This is a lot of fun.
Oh my gosh, anytime, man. Painting with pals is better than painting by yourself. That's what I normally do. And I've got so much to paint. Everybody does. As Loquitur Gaming would say, he's got his piles of opportunity that he can paint.
I
got a bunch of minis I don't want to paint, but I got paint.
Yeah. Right.
I'm just kind of. I know a lot of people take a lot of detail with these broodmother rats. I'm just slathering this crap on.
And that's really like my painting channels. What I do on my channel for painting, I really am trying to influence people. Just exactly, put some paint on it. Don't worry too much about like how professional it looks or anything like that. Paint on a mini from anywhere on the table is gonna look sweet. That's the deal.
All right.
Circado,
take care.
Yep, take care. He's on his way out of here. It says, "See you guys. Got to snooze. Take care. Thank you so much for joining. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for joining. You got to see you put the goo on."
Yeah, and like I said, when I get this done, I'll put a ton more on, and then I'll post it so y'all can see what it looks like.
It'll be sweet. Love it. And again, like I said, I'm just putting melon oil on all my silver because that's what I do for all my silver. Plus, it's the reason I don't want it to be melon oiled. Usually can't think of a reason why. Done that. I got my
melon oil is the safe bet.
It is. So what I'm going to do is all of this is done. Oh, it's not done. I got to get this stuff first. Where is it?
Oh, this is done. It's not done.
Not done. Not done. I need my Agrax Earthshade. Oh, and I need this. This is my Reekland Flesh Shade.
Flesh Shade. Yeah, I got that too.
I use that on all. Put that over everything that's gold.
I put that bleep on everything.
That goes on gold. Looks really good on gold. It makes the gold look regal. I made that up.
Almost like royalty?
Almost like royalty, that's right. Out of control. You're a funny man. There we go. Perfect. That's gold on there, all done. Okay, and I think that's going to be it. I think those things are all done. Now I've got the warden to work on. That's the deal here. Good time. It's 10 o'clock. I got about a half hour before I got to call it.
Before you got to call it? Okay.
Yep. But that's pretty good. I'm excited that I got her armory system done. So now when I go to play with her, if I decide I want to use, see, like, it's so cool because like these, even her quiver comes out and it can be replaced with this thing, which is sweet. Oh, wait, I forgot I went after my Agrax Earthshade and grabbed the Reikland Flesh. I forgot to use the Earthshade. Blah. Here it is. Now I have to be careful because I accidentally bought a pot of Agrax Earthshade. And here it is. This is the cool one. Gloss. Yep, that's right. There's already gloss inside this.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, guess who else didn't and painted all over his miniature? That would be me. That would be me.
Did you have to varnish it with matte to dull that out?
I just kept it as is. I figured paint on, move on, I'm good.
Okay.
They're on some of my myth monsters. And monsters that I use in myth. Crawlers, I think.
I've never heard of that game before in my life.
Yeah. Never. I never talk about that game. Never talk about.
Never talk about that game.
That's another game I maybe should do a live play of. That'd be fun. Super fun game. We got all the books for it, all the miniatures for it.
How old is that game?
2013.
Oh, so it's not that bad.
12. Something like that. It was my second Kickstarter I ever backed. I think. It was either second or third. The first one I ever backed was, believe it or not, it was a skirmish miniatures game. It was called, wow, can't remember now. Material person. And I don't have, I might have a way of looking it up.
That's a crazy name for a game.
Yep, that was a crazy name for a game. I'm super good like that. I got my computer. I'm going to look it up real quick. Here it says here. Hopefully my computer doesn't start talking to me while I'm doing that. I want to say, oh my god. I want to say something angels, but I don't think it is. Problem. Oh good. See, I told you I was going to start talking to me. You all. Of course, that means we're gonna. You know what? I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna have them watch you paint while I look for this.
I'm under pressure.
That's right.
Pushing down on me.
I do. Relic Knights. Oh my gosh, that was it. Relic Knights was the first Kickstarter I ever backed. Relic Knights.
Never heard of it.
Don't worry, you're never gonna. I actually only built one of the miniatures to play with, and I've never played with it since. I've never played it. I never played the game. It was the first thing I ever backed. The second game I ever backed was Kingdom Death Monster, and the third one was Myth. That was.
I wasn't in the like. I wish I was in the Kickstarter when Kingdom Death came out because you got it for steal.
2013 for $150.
For all that stuff. That is insane.
And that was back when the expansions were like $15 for like the expansion, $30 for the big expansion. Now it's like $130.
Please, Father, tell us the story of how Kickstarters did reasonably priced.
Back when Kickstarters were a good deal.
And shipping made sense.
Shipping made sense. The shipping was free a lot of the times.
Oh my gosh. What is this magical land you speak of?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's funny. Let's see. I'm going to put her back together here. She's all done. Try and get that bow on. There we go. Bow's on. All right. And I'm going to put her. Now, these things I'm eventually going to put anti-shine on. I'm going to do it probably off camera. I'm going to use anti-shine. It's a matte varnish. And I actually goop it on pretty good because the problem with these miniatures versus a lot of the other miniatures I use, like I won't do it for these guys. There's no reason to. Because I'm not like handling them and manhandling them, I should say. But with these, like I'm trying to pull these things off of this person. And so if they're not varnished up real good, then it's not. I got a head. Got this head. This is the... so here's our next thing we're working on here. We'll put those to the side over there. Goodbye. And of course, I forgot this one, which makes me sad. I gotta paint that one another day. Here is the Warden. I've been working on him. He sadly fell apart, but that's okay.
Like what happened to him?
Poor guy. He's seen better days. He fell on Black Days or something, Bad Days, or what's that song by? Oh my gosh.
I know what song you're talking about, and it just fell out of my mind as soon as you started looking.
Soundgarden singing.
Soundgarden, yeah.
There we go. So this is him. He eventually does go back together, but I found painting him like this is actually a little bit easier to do because then you can get all the different parts you want. Like for example, and I am actually using contrast on this guy because I painted him gray. So I want to see like how I'm still going back and forth between the two paints and seeing which one I like better. I like them both, but I'm not sure which one I like necessarily. If there even is a better or just a difference. You know what I mean? Oh, Sweet Lard's on it. Sweet Lard's on it. Soundgarden, you got it for us too. Thank you.
I don't know if y'all could see that, but like the Yoo-hoo just dried and it looks like this wet.
Oh yeah.
Plus
I see it.
Goo.
That looks really good.
It's so cool.
Nice. Now all your rats are going to be the same color.
Yeah. They're looking like they're blue ones. They're gonna look like this.
Oh, okay. See, I did all different colors.
I wanted to do all different colors. Then I got lazy.
That's okay. Like again, the problem is I didn't paint this first. I painted the rats first, and I painted them all different colors.
Yeah, and I was like, thinking of doing kind of like doing like a brown, a black, and a blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got insanely lazy. I will not lie to you. I was like,
yeah, that's okay. That's fun.
I still have a lot of work left to do on this boodmother, so no.
I hear you. That's a big miniature. How long? I think that took me all day one day.
Yeah, I'm gonna dry brush them with gray on them to dull out a lot of this dark color.
Sure.
Get them a really nice tone. Just I can't do it right now.
But yeah, I plan to do the little guard. I'll be detailing them. That's the reason why I'm making them all the same color. There's a lot of detail work to be done. I still got to do the hands and the bone and all this other stuff, and I'm like, if I wasn't in a rush to get this to the table, maybe I'd take my time.
Oh, I think it's going to look great no matter what. That's the deal. Canje started something. I took the dog out, and my air compressor had been delivered. Yep, there you go.
Really? Someone who said that looked around?
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That is amazing. Okay, I know what so what I'm hearing today is I need to get a dog. I don't have one, so I'm never going to get anything delivered by surprise. We're going to surprise delivery of a dog. Got a couple of kids, maybe take them for a walk.
Take the kids for a walk when you come back. A board game.
Board game will be there. That'd be awesome. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
What's your next one that you're anticipating coming?
That's a great question.
Next game that you're like, hey, what's the big thing for you?
I want ISS Vanguard really bad.
Okay.
I want I don't know, everything.
Would you accept every board game?
I think I would.
That's an answer.
If I had a storage unit for it, that'd be great. I don't. Sadly, I'm not sure what. Like you said, you keep getting messages saying like, "Hey, it's getting on a boat." And you're like, "Sweet, it's on a boat." And then whenever I think that, all I can think of is that song by those. Was it the guys?
Lonely Island.
Yeah, that's all I can think about whenever I say that's on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
And I want to sing that song, and I realize I can't on camera. They don't say the right nice words on the camera. That's the problem. Steve is here. Greetings, good sir, he says. Greetings, Steve. Thank you for joining. Glad you could make the stream. It's awesome to have you here.
Hey, Steve.
You're coming right in the nick of time. We're probably going to be wrapping up here in about the next 10 minutes. Just in time.
And I'm nowhere near done with this stuff.
That's okay.
I'll be painting this tomorrow for sure.
You'll be painting that miniature till you're old and gray.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow I do have to take it off the table tomorrow because I got to set up Marvel United.
Oh, Marvel United. I have to set up Oathsworn.
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve and I are playing a co-op crossover game.
Nice. How's that going?
So far so good. We've only lost 2 heroes so far, but everybody else is still alive, and we just unlocked the X-Men.
Nice.
So I'll be going up against Magneto and probably dying.
Okay, Magneto does that to people a lot. Did you ever watch a show? Gonna date me again. You ready?
Ready.
X-Men Evolution. Is that the one where they were the kids?
That's dating you?
Oh, come on!
Do you want me to date myself?
Well,
Did you ever watch a show called
Called what?
Centurions?
No.
Man and Machine Power Extreme. That's dating myself.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Good job. You are victorious.
Yes, I watched X-Men Evolution. I love that show.
Yeah. And, well, of course, my favorite superhero is Rogue. Rogue is my favorite. Really like Rogue. Always been my favorite. I just really thought, and she had so many awesome lines in that. Like when she fought the Blob, and she's like, "What's your power, little girl?" And she's like, "My power is your power. I can take more than one." And like that, she shoots him into the stratosphere. I was like, "Yeah!" I always cheered. But there was one episode. It was like a Christmas episode where like her and Cyclops didn't get to go, but everybody else did. Went back to their homes or something. And Magneto came in, and then she actually grabbed Magneto's powers from him and was chasing after him, but of course couldn't catch him because he can way master his powers more than she could. But just think of that, like, man, she right now has Magneto's power, which is pretty bonkers good. But oh man, so good. She's just so awesome. She's
favorite. Yeah, I like that show a lot. That one was good. They did another show called Wolverine and the X-Men.
Yes, that was really good too.
A couple years later, and that was good. That was pretty good.
That was one with Charles Xavier. He was in the future, and sending his recording back or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That one's good. Yeah, they had a lot of pretty decent. The thing about that, I was always telling people like X-Men. Besides the X-Men series that everybody knows and loves, X-Men had a lot of missed opportunities to really take over. But DC runs cartoons.
Yeah.
Like Batman the Animated Series and all the Batman movies and all that stuff.
The Batman Animated Series is so good.
Yeah.
I used to watch that when I was young. Good.
And I would highly recommend you not watch the Harley Quinn series with your children.
No, don't do that.
Friendly.
I watched that.
Not kid friendly.
But it's absolutely hilarious.
It is hilarious, but it's not kid friendly.
No, it's not. But I did watch that. I watched that. It's good stuff. That one's really good.
There's also another cartoon on there that I highly called Primal.
Oh.
Primal was written by Gennady Tartakovsky, who is the guy who created Dexter's Lab.
Oh yeah, Dexter's Lab was fantastic.
Yeah, so he went over to HBO and he created a series called Primal, and it is incredible.
Huh.
It is basically I think it is basically during the caveman days with dinosaurs, and it's about kind of a caveman and a T-Rex.
All right, that doesn't sound like something to be super good, but it sounds like
well, they're unlikely allies type of thing, but it builds really, really well. The stories are well done.
Okay.
And at the end of every single episode, you want to see what's going to happen next.
Oh, I love shows like that.
Yeah, so I would. It's violent. There's no words in the show. They don't talk.
Oh.
Like there's no dialogue. It's just pure action. It's just pure everything is built. Gennady did a great job of building everything from a scene.
Huh.
So I think it wasn't until the end of season 2 that one word was spoken.
Interesting.
But it is incredible, and I highly recommend it.
Primal.
Yes.
When I'm done with the show I'm watching now, I will watch Primal.
Yeah, they're about I'll probably say they're about 25 to 30 minutes long each episode.
Oh, perfect. All right, right now I'm in the middle of For All Mankind.
Oh, I just finished the season. I just finished the last season. It is so good.
Yes, I'm on season 2. Where I am. About halfway through.
I just finished season 2.
That is really good.
That
one's amazing. I'm really excited for that show. That show's been so good. I just love the fact that it's like the concept. I love the concept where everything is like it's not different. It's so different, but it still is different. Like because of the changing of history based on who made it to the moon first.
The butterfly effect.
Yeah, and I love that. And I love how they actually did it, where like certain things then triggered other things to happen in that we would remember, but to remember now is going to be a little different from what it was, which I think. Yeah,
it's cool. It's really cool because of that one thing, like, the different presidents that won.
Yes.
And just kind of everything that goes along with the space program. I think that is really cool.
Exactly. It's sad because I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin things for other people who haven't seen it yet.
I know.
How it goes.
I mean, you could spoil the premise only because it happens in the trailer and on the first episode.
Yes. Yep, and it's interesting because I actually didn't. I just kind of read a little bit of the synopsis of it. I just kind of said like, oh, okay, this will be kind of cool. We'll see how this goes. And I was like, oh, wait, this is what it is. Like, I wasn't exactly sure 100% what it was. And then I started watching like, oh, this is cool. So my wife and I are watching it, and then she's kind of declared that I can watch it on my own. Which sometimes...
Oh, she didn't like it anymore?
She's kind of like, Yes, I think part of it she wasn't a big fan of it compared to other shows we watched together. We watch some of the shows we watch together is What You Do in Behind the Shadows or something, which is kind of a vampire office type. Have you ever seen The Office?
I didn't know there was a vampire take on that. That just sounds hilarious.
It's pretty good. It's called like What We Do in the Shadows or What We Do Behind the Shadows or something. It's made, I think it's written and directed or something by one of the guys who did Flight of the Conchords. Who?
Okay.
If you've ever seen Flight of the Conchords and you haven't yet, you have to see that too. That's on HBO, I think it is. That's hilarious.
Okay.
That's really funny. That was a good show. But yeah, lots of awesome stuff out there.
For All Mankind is on Apple TV, right?
Correct. It is.
Have you watched C yet?
I have it queued. I haven't watched it yet. What We Do in the Shadows. Oh, it's What We Do in the Shadows. That's what it's called. Loquitur Gaming. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I'm gonna look up that one as well.
That was pretty good.
Check it out.
Yes, Morganite says the same thing. What We Do in the Shadows. I couldn't remember exactly what it was. That's what it is. It's a really good show.
If you ever get a chance, queue up C. It's on its final season right now. It's only 3 weeks long.
Okay.
But it is a good show.
Yeah, that's the one with Aquaman.
Yeah. Ronan Dex. Ronan Dex is it. That's it. That's who he will be to me.
I see.
for all the Stargate fans.
That's pretty good. What was he in Stargate? What was he part of?
He was part of Stargate Atlantis. He was one of the main characters. Yeah, okay. He was Ronan Dex. He worked with Shepard.
That's
Colonel
awesome.
Shepard.
I watched all that. I didn't even recognize that he was part of that, but I saw it so long ago. I never even remembered.
Dr. Beckett, Rodney, all of them. Yeah, he was part of the crew.
Stargate. That I actually, believe it or not, I fall asleep. I go to sleep while watching Stargate. SG-1. It's one of the things that
Stargate is. That's my favorite sci-fi movie of all. A sci-fi TV series.
I really like Stargate. Not to mention it has Michael Dean Anderson, so that's fantastic.
Richard Dean.
Richard, sorry, not Michael. I'm terrible with names. Can't even remember the names of the people from Minnesota that are in TV.
Yeah, it's a good show. But it was I enjoyed that show too. That's my favorite sci-fi TV series.
I was super pissed that they canceled Stargate Universe.
It was getting good.
Yeah,
it was getting good. Really it struggled at the beginning, but it was getting really good.
It was going to be really, really good. Right where they stopped it, I was like, no, it's going to get really good. I hate you. Why did you do that to me? I'm so behind on watching TV, Morganite says. I only watch about an hour a night. That's usually about what I get. And Bill says that what we do in the shadows is we paint. Oh, that's pretty good.
That is fair, Bill. That is fair.
Decide if I want these. I have to decide. Sorry, I'm using the right cameras here. I have to decide if I want to paint those tassels green, just go green all the way down, or if I want to change it up. I think we're just going to paint them green all the way down. That'll be fine. We'll try to dot some silver in there. We're going to last. Tricky part is I got to get behind him now, and I put him back together. I don't know what I put my guy back together because I wanted to make sure I was painting everything in the right way. Up in there.
Rats on this damn thing.
You love it.
A lot of rats. Freaking rats on this thing.
Rats are your favorite.
As soon as I finish painting a side, I'm like, okay, I'm half not.
Not half done. There's more rats on the other side. That's amazing. I think we're good on that. All right. Let's see. What else I got to paint green? Oh, I got to paint his thing here. Torso. Or his little cape here. What color is his cape? It doesn't show. Hate you. Army green it is. There we go.
I'm used to streaming whole seasons now. I get slightly annoyed when a show comes. Wait, Loquitur, I usually just wait until it's over before I watch those shows.
That's
like I'm the same way. I'm like, I just want to binge it now. So
I know what you mean. I'll like, you'll be like, oh, have you started the show yet? No, not yet. I'm waiting for it to be done.
Yeah. Like, I haven't watched the Game of Thrones series yet. The new one.
Oh, we have.
That's out now. Because I'm waiting until the season finishes, then I'll watch it.
My wife won't wait that long. She's one of the ones that needs to watch it right now. Right now.
Is she enjoying it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm watching with her. It's good.
Okay.
That's another show we watched together. I didn't expect her to like that, but she did. I shouldn't say that. I didn't expect her to like Game of Thrones. When Game of Thrones came out, we were married for probably less than a year, and I only dated my wife for about 6 months. And then we watched the first episode, and it was a lot more brutal than I expected a show to be at the time, right? This was like big stuff back then. Like, that was brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it got done with the first episode, and I was like looking at my wife going like, oh, that was something. I didn't expect it to be that out of control. And she looks right at me and she goes, do you have more of this? Like, I sure do. Let's watch the next episode. I'm like, yes, we will. And so we watched more.
Yeah. It's a shame that they what they did with the last 2 seasons.
It could have got, yeah, it is. I think a lot of people,
yeah,
I feel disappointed. How it goes. But it can't rain all the time, right? I have a soft tone wash coming, and I can't figure out if I should do my dry brush highlights before or after the wash. Does it matter?
Yes. Yes, it matters. Do it after you wash.
Yeah. Usually you do dry brushing after everything. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason being is because when you wash it, you can wash away all that beautiful dry brush work that you do. So do it after. And that's why you see me doing the speed paint now, which has the wash in it. And then I will dry brush once I'm completely done washing everything.
And they've got me, who I will dry brush after. Nope. Super good with just what it looks like now. Not even going to. Yeah. Loquitur says it depends, which he is right as well. I've somehow managed to never see any Game of Thrones. I had wanted to read the books first, but they weren't done. I'm sure I'll get around to it someday. Well, yeah, considering you're never going to have the books done.
Ooh, somebody's better.
Well, yeah, I stopped reading a long time ago, just in general. I read rule books. That's all I read now.
Yeah, the books will... we just need to accept the books will never be done, and that just kind of live with it. He says, George R. R. Martin says he's working on Winds of War, but don't.
Right.
Just don't.
Sweet Lard asks, wait, the speed paint army painter have wash in them already? Is that how they contrast so well automatically? Yes, correct. They're kind of a paint and wash together. That and the contrast paints are the very same way. They have the speed paint and the contrast paints are very similar in the fact that they've got a paint and a wash kind of together in a way.
Yeah.
That's why they work so well for people that are learning how to paint and people that want stuff done fast. That's why they're called speed paints. You can do 2 steps at once, which is really cool and really awesome because you're already seeing, oh man, that would have been a big mistake. Thanks. It's not necessarily. If you put the wash on, it would darken some of the recesses, which maybe you want. Painting's always a free-flowing hobby. You can always do many different things to make things look really cool.
That is true.
Like, I'll wash things that I've already speed painted, not very often, but sometimes. Just because I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I want this part of it a little bit darker, so I'll try to get in the recesses with a wash of some kind. But yeah, they work really well. Yeah, for sure. That's the deal. Canje, your rat's looking awesome.
She is coming along, but I still got, like I said, there's still a lot of work left to do.
Yes,
I know, like, y'all are looking at it and saying, like, oh, well, these are too dark. I'm going to light them up with gray to give them, like, a nice grayish blue tone. And then I'm going to dry brush her with purple to give her, like, some purple tones.
And then I still have to do her underbelly, which is going to be a lighter gray.
Sure.
But there's... Go ahead.
Nice. Twitter says normally after, but you can dry brush really bright and wash after with a matching color to bring the layers together. There's a technique like this called glazing, which you can find a lot of videos for. Now you have to remember this is going to be multiple steps of painting. I only do 1, 2.
Yep.
I prime and I put contrast paints on. That's it. But there's a lot. If you go watch some of what Loquitur does, he does like so many good things to make the miniatures pop out and really look good. But for me, I'm just trying to get these on the table as fast as I can. But if you look at some of his Kingdom Death Monster miniatures, they're phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, they're great. Yeah, the light, when he does like that lighting effect that he does for the lanterns on KDM, it was exquisite. That was great work, Loquitur.
Exactly. Steve is wondering if I'm still playing Descent. No, Colin and I are not playing Descent anymore. We put that game away. And I don't really have a reason why. I think just other things came that we found more entertaining. That was the deal.
Yeah, that's a good reason why.
Morgan says, I'm washing my 15 Destiny minis. Those, oh my God, I still can't believe you're painting those. There's no way I'm trying face details on something that size. No. Contrast paints are great for wet blending. Yes, very true. Very true. Thanks for the advice, Loquitur Gaming. Yes, and thanks. That's what they say. Well, Canje, it is getting to past 10:30, and I must get to bed.
All right, my good friend. I will stop here.
I must go hang out in an operating room all day tomorrow and enjoy the day. It'll be awesome. I don't even know what I'm doing until I get there, which would be kind of cool, but man, how it goes. Thank you so much for stopping by. What? Yeah, put him right there. Put him right there. There you go, right there. Good spot. Good spot. Thank you so much for joining. I love your presence on the camera. That you do great as always. That's
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been a lot of fun. Made the time go by really, really great, and it's always a pleasure to hang out with you. You're amazing.
Well, you are always welcome here anytime for sure. It is absolutely amazing to have you here. One of the best. I love it. We will make sure to get this. We'll do this again sometime for sure.
Yep, for sure.
Now you've got what do we got going on your channel coming up? Oathsworn? Oh wait.
Tomorrow at for the 1 hour lunch stream, that's Marvel United. Then tomorrow night's Robinson Crusoe. Thursday is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll be playing Shredder's Revenge with some friends, and Friday Gloomhaven Digital, and then I think that's it because it looks like the Saturday Co-op Shop chat is not happening.
No, I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
I just saw it posted, so
that's funny.
Yeah, I'll be.
Awesome. Well, that's fantastic. For those of you that don't know how to find Canje, you can always find him on YouTube. I'll make sure to put a link to the description of his channel. I usually put a lot of links to channels in the description of this video because we got a lot of friends of the channel that join us for these painting streams, and I want everybody to have a chance to go see these people. They all do a fantastic job, and they're lots of fun.
Thank you so much. You are an amazing person. Don't you dare change.
You too, Canje. This is true. And thank you for everybody in the chat. It's awesome to have you all here. You make the time go so much faster, and it's awesome to be able to interact and communicate and talk with you and discuss things. It's super fun, and I'm glad a lot of people are able to help each other with the painting because there's so many things that I don't know that other people yet do know. Morgan Knight is excited for more Robinson Crusoe, and he's saying good night to everybody. Well, Canje, it's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
All right, well, if you're excited to see anything cool on this channel or Canje's channel, then, of course, I need you to meet me at my painting table because you never know who I'm going to bring out. Canje, it's awesome to have you. Thank you all for joining, and have a great night.
All right, everybody. Bye.